Okay, we have the green bars, we have the live counters ticking up, so we should now be live, which of course means welcome back to the Storytime Network. It is the Paradox Hour podcast, and we are here with yet another season's worth of premieres. Not a lot of good ones, but there are definitely some good ones.
We are not the worst of quality this season. It's just a little bit harder to come across, must say.
It would surprise me if this wasn't quite a short list after we, got rid of all our drops.
It would be, I think it'll be substantially shorter.
I mean, like I said, I've still got a fair amount of shows I'm planning to keep up with through 3 episodes, but looking at days, there are a couple days that are quite heavy, and so I'm just going, do I want
Saturdays.
to? Saturdays I've got 5, Wednesdays I've got 4.
Yeah, Wednesday is oddly busy. But yeah, no, Saturday is like the worst in terms of how busy it gets.
And there's at least 1 or 2 of those shows that I could get rid of justifiably, I think.
Also, a lot of rom-coms this season.
Quite a few rom-coms, yeah. Quite a few rom-coms.
And at least most of the ones I watched were pretty good.
Yeah, there was actually a pretty good hit ratio on these.
Yeah. And I'm pretty picky about my rom-coms, so...
I mean, it doesn't hurt that a couple of them, have some, extra oomph in terms of how many episodes they have to work with.
Yeah.
And
we'll get to Fragrant Flower later.
Yeah.
And hey, we've got 1 confirmed Yuri show and 1 adjacent Yuri show. Probably bait.
Yuri subtext, I guess.
Probably bait, but hey.
Yeah. Yeah. That one will be a lot earlier to talk about, but shall we dive in?
Yeah, let me just get the list up. We start with of course we do, A Gatherer's Adventure in Isekai.
I've legitimately forgotten about 90% of this premiere.
I have another show like that.
Oh, this is just so utterly boring. The one thing about it that was actually memorable to me is the protagonist asks for a cute companion, and instead of getting a hot girl as his companion, it's actually an adorable little dragon mascot.
Alright,
so that's the
that's a dub. That's a dub.
That is the one positive I can give this show. It has a clever little twist like that, and that is all that sets it apart from 90% of modern isekai. Also, there's not really any real fan service in the first episode, so that's also nice, I guess.
Alright.
But yeah, no, this is just boring.
I mean...
there's not... I recall very little about it.
Looking at the AniFem review comments, somebody has said this is the anime equivalent of baby food.
I was gonna say it's more like the anime equivalent of lukewarm plain oatmeal.
Oh god. Wow.
With a little sprinkle of cinnamon.
Yeah.
just to keep it a little bit interesting.
Sounds great. Sounds wonderful.
Look, it's not actively disgusting, but it's not remotely inspiring in the slightest.
Fair. Very
I'm
fair.
sorry I'm sorry to anyone who enjoys this, but if this is your comfort food, good for you, but nah, this is just too boring for me. I'm sorry.
Alright, let's move on then to A Mangaka's Weirdly Wonderful Workplace.
And this is the subtext / bait show we were talking about a minute ago.
Yep. There are multiple points where it does seem like Futami and Sato have crushes on each other.
It's kind of hard to watch those scenes and not read that in that.
I mean...
Is it original?
I think it's a manga.
No, it's a manga adaptation, I'm pretty sure.
I see.
And it doesn't have a girls' love tag, so... Yeah.
Mm,
Like I said, it's
Yeah.
probably gonna be bait, but nah. I just want to enjoy the early stage before I confirm that fully in my mind.
I mean, as bait goes, it's pretty fucking blatant.
I just want to enjoy a woman casually talking about how hot her female editor is.
Completely fair.
Otherwise, this was just, this was a lot of fun. Futami is a mess, and Hazuma is way too logical for her.
Yeah, no, they really bounce off each other in a fun way.
Sato is also enjoyable. I'm gonna be interested to see if they go into a little bit more serious stuff with, I think his name was Toda, who shit-talked Futami's colored art.
I watched episode 2, and none with him yet, but there has been some serious stuff in episode 2, so I will say that's not 100% completely lighthearted all the time. I think it's a pretty, it's a bit more accurate about the manga creation process than I think some other media tend to be.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is by Studio Boyle, who also did Acro Trip. So take that as you will, I guess.
That tells me very little, since it's literally the only other adaptation they've done.
And the director mostly just done episode directing by the looks of things. Oh, they directed Dive back in 2017. Whatever that was. I'm assuming a show about diving.
Most likely.
Then again...
So are we talking Olympic diving or scuba diving?
Let me have a look. Olympic diving.
Damn. I really would like a scuba diving anime that isn't just Grand Blue.
Series revolves around the Mizuki Diving Club, which is on the verge of closing down after having financial troubles. The club's new coach persuades the club's parent company stay open on one condition: that the club sends one of its members to next year's Olympics as part of Japan's Olympics team.
Fun.
Does that mean if they got a foreign ringer and sent that guy on that national team, it wouldn't count? Does it have to be Japan's?
I think so.
Getting off topic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
no, this is a fun one.
This was a lot of fun. I like the imagine spots that were done in manga style.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to bring attention to it this season. It actually had typesetting.
Yeah.
Good typesetting.
Boy. Yeah, no, Crunchyroll's been really bad about typesetting for a good chunk of the premiere stretch this season.
It's really fucking annoying. Especially when they just straight up do it badly. But yeah, no, this is definitely what I'm gonna keep up with.
As am I.
Definitely an enjoyable premiere. But let us move on to our next premiere with A Star Brighter Than the Sun.
This was pretty cute. It's basically about these two childhood friends that start reconnecting as they get into high school. And obviously, the main heroine has feelings for the guy, while the guy, we don't know if the guy has feelings for her, but it's very strongly implied that he does. So
what? Implied heroines? Implied feelings in my shoujo romance?
Yeah, it's more likely than you think.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, the entire first episode is basically just the build up to them going to high school. They're in their last year of middle school. And she's kind of like, she at first is like, I should just get over this stupid crush. It's like, I've known him forever. It doesn't matter. And then, but as she starts talking to him again, she's like, oh no. He's like, all right, I'm gonna give it a shot. And then, well, Yeah.
Ah, yes, the classic O moment.
Yeah. But it's pretty cute so far. But like the first episode is largely just like a setup, so I haven't really gotten to the meat of things. But
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying it so far, so I'm at least going to give it a few episodes.
All right,
good.
cool. It was one that I had on my sort of maybe list that I didn't end up getting to.
Yeah, same.
I mean, I do have the first episode downloaded on the Prime app, so maybe I'll give it a shot. I don't know.
Yeah, at least based off episode 1, it was one of my more liked premieres. So.
All right. What day does it drop actually?
I have no idea.
Just quickly look at Prime.
I've been terrible about keeping track of the days on some of these.
Yeah.
Thursdays. Okay.
Thursdays aren't too bad for
I've got a
days.
couple of shows. You know, 2 shows, 3 shows. It's not a huge difference, I suppose. So, again, maybe we'll see. It'll depend on how I feel, on how I, decide on a couple other shows, I think. But yes, let's move on to our next premiere, the final A continued title premiere, because we've got 4 of them.
It's almost as crazy as having 3 Enricos.
That's still insane to me.
It is.
Anyway,
it's very funny.
Moving on to A Wild Last Boss Appeared.
So the setup for this is actually fairly interesting. It's one of those video game isekai type things.
I've heard it
this-
compared to Overlord.
Yeah, I haven't seen Overlord, but from what I know about Overlord, yeah, there's definitely some shared DNA. Basically this big MMO, blah blah blah. The unique thing about it is that the players kind of, depending on like what actions have the most impact, they kind of form the story of the actual game. And so the top ranked player in the game kind of just ended up becoming like the final boss, even more so than the actual final boss of the game. And then they did this whole narrative thing where they kill off the final boss as sort of a show. And then at the end of that, the main character got this mysterious invitation and then selected yes, got warped into the game as the final boss character, being reincarnated like 200 years later, something like that. And
always read the terms and conditions.
He's totally into it. I mean, this is like his favorite game, so he's like experiencing it in person and everything. So he's having a good time, and it's basically about him sort of like being reacquainted with this updated version of the worlds after he lost, and reuniting with his subordinates. It's a decent enough setup, and I didn't dislike it, but not really enough here to keep me going. But out of like the fantasy garbage this season, this is probably one of the better ones.
Having watched,
there's been a lot of fantasy shows this season that are not good.
Having watched some of the fantasy garbage this season, I'm willing to bet it is. From what I've heard, there's nothing actively offensive about it, and
exactly. Like there's nothing abjectly terrible.
It handles the gender bending thing well enough to not be offensive as well.
Yeah, they kind of just gloss over it. Like he's like, okay, I'm in a woman's body now. All right, whatever.
Oh, so he just rolls with it.
Yeah, he just rolls with it. It doesn't seem to bother him too much, at least not yet. So he's like, whatever. There's the implication that like his his mind is sort of merging with the mind of his character. So there is that. Because he's getting like the character's memories and shit. But yeah. Yeah, honestly, not bad. I'm probably not going to continue watching it, but I didn't actively dislike it or anything. I just wasn't too grabbed by it.
And that's a win this season.
Yeah. Again, like this. Honestly, I could see people really being into this, and it's like its setup is fairly unique compared to most garbage, especially this season.
Honestly, yeah, this seems like a decent show to just sort of chill out and watch.
Yeah, exactly. Like a good turn your brain off show.
Yeah. So, you know, again, in this season, that's a success story. Not a great, a particularly great one, but you know, it's fine.
Yeah, there's nothing particularly bad that I noticed about this show, and there are things that I could see people really being into. So
that's good. That's good.
It's definitely for someone. I don't think it's for me.
Yeah. All right, let's move on then to Alma-chan wants to be a family. Oh, Shinzo Abe, you're still influencing anime from beyond the grave.
Have sex.
Yeah.
Have children. Have children. No, not robot children. Real children. Oh, god damn it.
So this is about basically two I don't know if I'll say mad scientists, but they're borderline mad scientists who kind of want to just show the world what they're really capable of by creating the ultimate android or whatever, and they accidentally make a Dotaru, and yeah.
This sounds like if the Arcas weren't terrible people.
Possibly. But yeah, they make the Dotaru, and then she's like, "Mommy, Daddy," and then they're like, "Oh no," and then of course they start realizing that they have feelings for each other, and then they actually kind of adopt this daughter, and then it's sort of like that sort of family setup. So they're becoming a family,
yeah,
while also having Alma learn about being human, kind of. So it's fairly cute, but I'm pretty happy with Spy Family, so...
I mean, that's the thing. Just reading the fucking summary for it and hearing you talk about it, all I'm thinking is, this has been done. This kind of story has absolutely been done so many times before.
Yeah,
it's
and
a pretty
unfortunately much better.
Like, just two examples are Spy Family and Buddy Daddies. At least Buddy Daddies had the interestingness factor of fucking gay chicken.
Gay chicken. Yeah.
Still waiting for the outcome of that contest.
Yeah. Yeah, this wasn't bad. Again, it's like, but there's some pretty cute moments in this, and I see what it's going for, but like you said, it's been done before and done better. And with Spy Family coming back this season, I'm pretty content with that.
Yeah.
So I don't really need this, but not a bad show at all.
Alright, let's move on then to... The Banished Court Magician aims to become the strongest.
Oh boy.
My god, this was just so boring. It was just...
Really? I wouldn't have guessed.
It was just nothing. It was just a nothing episode. Like... I said, A, God, there's still 10 minutes left. And B, I sincerely wish I could speed this up. And most of my notes are just nitpicking it, basically.
Amazing.
Because the first 4 or 5 minutes are the protagonist Alec as a kid, this fancy pants dude with heterochromia walking up to him and fucking asking if he had any interest in magic, which, I don't know about you, I'd be stranger dangering like crazy if that happened.
Oh, absolutely.
Fancy Pants teaches him magic, but then mysteriously has to leave. And his parting words... Go for it. I'll see if I can answer.
Are his pants actually fancy?
I mean, I'm calling him Fancy Pants because I couldn't be bothered learning his name, and he was dressed fancily compared to the peasant child.
Fair. I was just asking because I thought it'd be funny.
That's fair. But his two parting remarks after mysteriously having to leave are, I taught you magic as a favor to your dead mother, and don't become a court magician. So you want to know what Alec does a few years later? He becomes a fucking court magician. Because he discovers that Fancy Pants was a court magician and then got banished. And so he basically went, to repay my mentor, I'll do the one thing he wanted me not to do and become a court magician. And funnily enough, it doesn't go well, because literally 5 seconds after he says, I'm gonna become a court magician, it cuts to the shithead prince saying, you're fired. 5 seconds!
If I didn't know any better, I'd guess that was actual comedic timing intentionally.
I don't think it was. I really don't think it was. They treated it too seriously. And to be fair, I read the A&N reviews for episode 2, which apparently does make things better. It doesn't help me because I'm not watching episode 2, but basically what happened was he got ordered to use only support magic so he wouldn't overshadow the prince and the other nobles in the party. At which point, he gets fired for only using support magic by the prince.
God fucking damn it.
And, look, unfortunately, it hits a lot of the same beats as another show that we will get to that did this so much better. And so, just watching it, I'm just like, yeah, this isn't good. Because it takes a good, 3 or 4 minutes to actually get through the fucking, firing. And it's just not enjoyable. Alec is then met by one of his friends from school who's like, yeah, fuck this country, come join me in our guild party and we'll just explore dungeons. And yeah, and they go do that. The two of them have a fight against some insects. It's fine, I guess. And then they weirdly just fucking show a flashback from their days in school, and it's completely out of nowhere to the point that I thought it was still current day. And yeah, it's just not good for me. It just wasn't good. I'll also note that 4 or 5 minutes of bull rushing through backstory, that was later in the manga. And they just decided to put it at the start of the episode. So, great job, I guess. Yeah.
Sometimes you wonder why people adapting things make some dumb decisions like that.
I don't know. I imagine they wanted to introduce Fancy Pants' mentor early, but I just did not care. I wasn't expecting much from this, and it still disappointed me. Anyway, let's move on from boringness to okayness with Cat's Eye. So if I remember correctly, this is an adaptation of a manga from the 80s.
That doesn't shock me.
Which has had an anime before, back in, again, the 80s. It probably hits harder for those people. It didn't hit especially hard for me. It was fine. But I can't say I was particularly engrossed. It's basically about three sisters who are phantom thieves, essentially, and, you know, steal
but
stuff.
do they yell about being phantom thieves in public malls?
They unfortunately do not. Hilariously, though, the detective after them, Toshio, frequents their cafe and constantly talks about how he's definitely gonna get Cat's Eye. Cat's Eye, yeah. And
Amazing.
they're just sort of snickering behind him.
Real Zenigata type.
Honestly, it feels... Zenigata was, like, hammy enough, and... like... there wasn't, like, a personal enough relationship with Zenigata to really make that relationship feel bad. Here, there's an element of manipulation towards Toshio that is kind of, like, off-putting to me. Because at one point, one of them, Hitomi, like, basically takes him on a date, and it was actually just a ploy to, like, get him to think they were gonna use one strategy when they used another one. So yeah. As I said, it was fine. Dubbed already, so that was decent. It's on Disney Plus. If you're interested in 80s, you know, fucking Phantom Thievery, then go for it. I don't have that much more to say about it.
And also, I believe it takes place in the City Hunter universe, so...
Oh, that's neat.
Alright.
So if you like City Hunter, there you go.
Yeah, go for it. Let's move on, though, to... Chitose is in the Ramune bottle.
This was actually surprisingly good. It kind of reminds me of bottom tier Tomozaki, but kind of reversed.
I've heard it compared to Origairu a lot. Which was teen romantic comedy Snafu.
Kind of. I can see the comparison, but I wouldn't really put it that way, because like the protagonists are like completely different people. Because the main characters are like, they're like the quote unquote popular kids, you know. They have their own like little clique, and they're kind of just doing their own thing. Most other students love them, some absolutely hate them for like no reason, and yeah. But the premise being that like upon the beginning of the school year, they're one of the teachers asks Chitose to go see this one student who has been showing up to class in quite a long time, and the first episode's kind of like sort of breaking through to him and getting to the bottom of like what's keeping him in there. So not really like, it's an extended premiere, but but not a whole lot actually goes on aside from that. It's sort of like all set up. So I'm not really sure where it's going from here, but I do really like it. The characters all have pretty good chemistry with each other. Chitose is kind of like he acts kind of like a sleazeball, but he's not actually one. It's usually like in a joking manner. So,
I forget. Is this the premiere that was double length, but then the second half was an interview with the voice actors?
No, but wait. You know what? You're right. Yeah,
I think it was like
what
30
was.
minutes or something, and then 15 minutes of interview or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like that. Yeah, the premiere itself was like slightly longer, and then there's like a whole interview afterwards, which it's cute. I appreciate that.
Honestly, I just think it's wild that made it to that the interview portion made it to Crunchyroll.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty cool. They went out of their way to include all of that.
Just wish they went out of the way to typeset and fucking translate on-screen text.
Just keep complaining. Eventually, they'll be better. Unironically, just keep complaining.
Yeah.
Bullying works.
Especially against corporations that have a public component.
Exactly. Yeah, I like the premiere for this. I honestly have no clue where it's going, but I do like the characters, and like I said, it reminds me of bottom tier Tomozaki, a show that I also really enjoyed. So, I'm at least gonna give it a few episodes.
All right.
That's cool.
Let's move on to our next premiere then, which is Dad is a Hero, Mom is a Spirit, I'm a Reincarnator.
So this one is not as bad as Gather's Adventure in Isekai. It's not as boring. It actually does some things with the premise. No, it is mostly focused. Yeah, I know. It is mostly focused on the dad and the daughter. The mom, it doesn't really do much in the premiere itself. And I thought it could be interesting. Unfortunately, also has the main antagonist is she is not portrayed very well in that she is overweight, substantially overweight, and is played for laughs.
Yeah.
Which is not great. And then there's also the component of like her being like the dad's ex-fiance, and also being just portrayed as like this almost obsessive stalker type towards him to a degree. I just don't like it.
We'll get into how damaging fat phobia can be later down the line.
God.
Yes, I have heard there's a show that handles that actually fairly well. But yeah. This one, I just wasn't feeling it. Like, there were some interesting concepts, like the daughter using her reincarnator status in conjunction with her knowledge of the real, with her like ability to like, use her knowledge of molecules and shit to create shit. Pretty neat, I think, in concept. Unfortunately, it's like just overall the execution is pretty mediocre.
Neat in concept, met in execution.
More or less.
Alright, let's move on then to our next premiere, which is The Dark History of the Reincarnated Villainess.
The premise for this is fun. The execution on this is actually pretty fun too.
Yeah, I had fun with this. Again, it's hurt by the fact that there is so much on-screen text that doesn't get translated.
Yeah, it is very annoying. On the other hand, though, like, this series is really fucking funny.
It's still fun. It's just like distracting at times, honestly. But yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. There was a part of me that was, as it was going through, like, the getting to the premise of, Konoha writing the self-insert story where she's amazing and she effectively cooks her younger sister.
Her code name was Mary Sue.
Who, her younger sister being this, like, villainous figure. There was part of me was just like, wait, how is she a villainess if, her literal namesake is perfect? And it's like, oh no, I know what's gonna happen. Oh no, this is gonna be real bad. Yeah, she became the villainous young sister, instead. After Truck-kun took yet another life.
Truck-kun, the most dangerous serial killer in fiction.
Amazing how they let trucks on the road in Japan. They also had some fun bit of arson, murder, and jaywalking of, like, talking about two, like, fucking assassination attempts that Iana apparently, did, and then ending with swapping your sister's horse with a cow.
Yes, amazing. 10 out of 10, no notes.
And I honestly like this better than a lot of, like, reincarnation stuff in other anime, because the original Iana lost her identity due to her own plot and hubris, not, anything like, oh, she just died and, went away sort of thing, or just outright got replaced. It was her own fault. As much as...
she didn't get replaced, but it was through her own actions.
Again, yes, it was through her own actions, not just random happenstance. Admittedly, you could say it was random happenstance in that, it was preordained by Konoha herself, but whatever.
Oh yeah, the whole conceit of being trapped in your own cringy juvenile OC is just very funny.
Yeah, no, it's a great concept, and I'm enjoying it a lot. I'm just looking forward to the exaggerated characters, because instead of feeling like, oh, this is just badly written, that's the point. They are badly written, purposefully. The uncle was cartoonishly evil.
Yeah. But it just has to walk a bit of a tightrope in executing that well, but it's done that really well so far.
Yeah, no. Definitely enjoying it. Definitely looking forward to where it's going to go from here. Certainly some interesting looking characters still to be introduced. Also, I love that she started suffering because when she was writing, she was like, oh, I'm going to make this hot guy butler because I like butlers. And now she has to suffer through that.
It's amazing.
Yeah, Dark History of the Reincarnated Villainess is a lot of fun. But let's move on to our next premiere, which is Digimon Beatbreak.
Digimon, Digital Monsters.
So this was a pretty intense premiere.
Yeah, a lot happened. I am a bit mixed on the execution of some of the elements of the first episode. I do think the second episode does a lot to kind of, like, clarify things and bring things into better focus. Like, I was thinking, like, the whole cold heart thing was just, like, a death sentence, and, like, I think it's kind of, like, really crummy to, like, shit can a decoy protagonist like that, especially since it's, like, just, it seems so random and it's off screen, too. But, no, I think it does it fairly well. The execution on it isn't too bad at all. With the extra context.
Yeah, it throws a lot at you all kind of at once. But I think it works when it explains things later. In this weird tech dystopia where these egg-shaped iPhones rule society.
I love that they're all egg-shaped. No explanation is given. They're just all egg-shaped.
I like how the new Sapotama is the Sapotama 16, which is very funny since the iPhone 17 just came out.
I mean, you're missing a trick here, Jack. It's clearly because this is a society where Wonder Egg wasn't a disaster and then took over society.
Clearly.
Obviously. Yeah, the animation's fantastic. We'll see if it actually keeps up the quality, because Digimon has a tendency to, at least lately, pop off from it in its premieres, and then the quality from there on out is mixed.
Just falls off a cliff, yeah.
Yeah, like, it still pops off every now and then for, like, the big moments, but, like, overall it's kind of just average. But at least with these first two premieres, they were pretty consistently well animated, so hopefully it keeps that up. Geckomon is a gremlin, and I love him.
I fucking love my lizard son.
He's fantastic. He's just hungry. He wants that E-pulse. But I think the setup here is really good. I like a good found family dynamic, and that seems to be what this is going for. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. I really want to see where it goes. I also find it amusing that they are very much holding back on showing Geckomon's evolution. So I want to see what he evolves to.
Clearly he's going to digivolve into Sceptile.
Yes, obviously.
Also, the mysterious monkey Digimon that pops up in episode 2 is very clearly based on Son Wukong.
We actually, so this is actually a known Digimon that hasn't really been in much, but he's very new. I won't name him because I guess that's technically a spoiler. But yes, it's based on Son Wukong.
East Asian media and putting Son Wukong in fucking everything. Name more iconic duo.
Yeah. Interestingly, there's multiple digital worlds in Digimon lore, and there's one called Shambhala that has been being fleshed out a lot recently, and we're starting to believe that this story revolves a lot around Shambhala, which involves a lot of Eastern Asian culture and stuff. So there's an ongoing theory that Geckomon will eventually evolve into what's the name? Tsukiyomi-mon or something like that. So something along those lines. But yeah, there's a lot of theories bubbling around with that right now.
Yeah. Shambhala, on top of just being a cool name for something, it does make me think, there's going to be a lot more of, the South and East Asian mythological and legendary reference at play with the Pokemon, with the Digimon. Goddamn. It's because you have that damn Pokemon avatar number.
Look, I took a cute picture. I wanted to use it, okay?
That's
sorry.
Completely fair, but still.
It just came out. I can't help it. Also, interestingly, based on the opening, we seem to have an actual human antagonist group, which is very rare in Digimon. So
yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing more of that. Because usually it's just shit caused by whatever's going on in the digital world. So having some actual evil humans makes things very interesting.
Yeah. Definitely a change of pace for Digimon style.
Yeah. You know, this is really good so far. Looking forward to more.
All right, let's move on then to our next premiere. Oh boy, this name. Let's move on to Disney Twisted-Wonderland, the animation episode of Heartslabyul. Labial? Whatever. This is not out yet. It's not coming until October 29th. We do have an English cast list, though, which has got some very fun names, including Johnny Young Bosch, Ben Diskin, Max Middleman, AJ Beckles, Alejandro Saab, Zena Robinson, Michael J. Tatum, and our very own Jesse Nowak.
Wow.
That's
okay.
a stacked cast.
Yeah, that's hella stacked. I see the Disney dubbing team is putting a lot behind this.
I think Matt Mercer was also in the
Matt Mercer,
cast.
Jonah Scott. Honestly, I was just going down the cast list until I reached Jesse.
Wow.
There.
Yeah. So okay, at the very least, the dub will be good.
Yeah, no, it's shaping up to be an incredible dub. I'd watch it just for that cast list, honestly.
Yeah.
So, if I'm remembering correctly, Disney Twisted-Wonderland is like the fucking what was it? Like gacha game that was like anime Disney villains.
Yes.
Kind of. Yeah. It's more like they're not exactly the villains themselves, but like they're like based on them, and there is their war tied into them. I don't know all the details, but it's a big like mixed media thing that Disney's been having that's been surprisingly successful. It seems like so.
I think the Fujoshis can and will murder people.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's a big
yes.
in the Fujoshi crowd.
God, yes. Looking at it, there's been like 4 manga series following different episodes. And this is the first one, episode of Heartslabyul, however you pronounce it.
Pronounce it the most innuendo-y way you can.
No. I don't want to have to try. So yeah, I mean, it could be really interesting. It could also just be like fucking Fujoshi bait.
I mean, it can be both.
It could also just be both. I mean, I also have a, soft spot for some of these names. Cada Diamond, Riddle Rose Hearts, Deuce Spade.
They're so fucking corny with the names, good god.
High card ass names.
Azul Ashengrotto, Dia Crowley, Malleus Draconia, Jack Howell, Rook Hunt, Leona Kingscholar.
All these fucking names.
Alchemy Alchemovich Pinker.
Yeah, these are some high card ass names. I know high card probably came after, but still.
Yeah, just look. I'll definitely watch the premiere and try and have as much fun with it as I can. I make no promises after that. But yeah. We'll see on the 29th. It's also the same day that fucking Star Wars Visions Volume 3 is dropping, which, okay. Go for that, I guess.
I'm still weirded out by the fact that, like, they have seasons 1 and 3 on Mal and Annulus, but not season 2.
Yeah.
It's not anime.
I know, but, like, it's just petty and weird to not have. They had fucking Pingu in the City on there.
I mean, it's anime.
And Cory in the House? Oh, right. No, that's clearly anime.
Yeah. Anyways, well, it's worth noting on AniList. It does at least acknowledge season 2. It like there's mention of it, but it's like we can't have it on here because it doesn't comply with our standards of where and how it was made. Blah 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 blah. But it at least acknowledges it. There is mention of it,
which is better than Mal.
Yeah. Which is like, and to be fair though, if you start making exceptions, then it's like you have to start making exceptions for this and for that. And
honestly,
for this,
I don't even need it to be an actual page. I just need it to exist so that it doesn't seem so weird going 1-0-3.
Yeah.
Yeah. which is why I'm glad Annulus at least acknowledges it.
Yeah.
And why Annulus is better than Mal. Fuck you, Mal.
It can just be a fucking page that says we don't think this is anime, so we're not doing anything with it. Here's a link to Volume 3, which is actually anime.
Yeah.
That's all you needed to do in my to not offend me. And I'm obviously the person who decides.
Yes. Yes, you are.
Look, it's my house, my rules, goddammit.
I'm gonna make my own anime information website with blackjack and hookers.
In fact, forget the blackjack.
Unfortunately, due to budget constraints, we will have to leave both the blackjack and the hookers behind. Here, have some backgammon.
Awesome front ham. Anyway,
yeah.
Let's move on to her boy. Now, next premiere, which is Dusk Beyond the End of the World. This sucked. I'm sorry. This just sucked.
All right,
so I'm of two minds about this.
All right, so before we dive into it, like I haven't actually watched it myself, but like I've heard exactly one comment on it, and they said they thought it was really good. So it surprises me that it's as bad as it is. But please tell me, why is it so bad?
I mean, look, maybe
I don't think it's bad.
Maybe episode 1 wasn't bad. Episode 0 sucked fucking ass.
Yeah, episode 0 is a setup episode that's basically just a prologue to the story. Basically, it's just, the protagonist whose family died in a car crash is taken in by a father and his daughter, and the two kids develop crushes on each other, etc., etc.
Right, like you do.
As one does, yes. And
After
the girl
they've been
is
siblings for 9 years.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
No, I will.
Anyways.
When it was one of 2 central points in that fucking episode, I will worry about it.
And the girl is also this prodigy genius who invents a bunch of artificial intelligence tech. The actual sci-fi artificial intelligence, not the bullshit rich people are claiming is artificial intelligence, but is really just basically just autofill with extra steps.
It was still close enough to bother me.
That's fair, I get it.
And it bothered me a lot.
Again, I get it. What with the current environment, I understand. This is still closer to the typical sci-fi conception of it, though, than the bullshit.
I mean, the point is, it was still doing the same things that even our shit version of AI, the large language models are threatening to do now, which is, taking away people's jobs.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, it leads to both the two main characters getting shot on stage at the end of the premiere.
I mean, I did scroll through the timeline to see what happened after where I stopped, and I did see that, and I was like, well, okay, well, I guess that's how, he fucking gets frozen into fucking the apocalypse.
Yeah, no, he gets shot in the back 3 times, so, kind of a miracle he survived, really. Not surprised he got put on ice to, save his life. He still has the bullet wounds when he wakes up, too. Or the scars from them, anyways. Yeah. But yeah, after it actually time skips, it drops into a fairly interesting setting with kind of like an 1800s-esque society in some ways, but in others it's very different. Like, I forget what they call it, but there's like, they have something similar to marriage, but it's not quite the same, and it's, it can be in multiple different combinations. There's the typical one man, one woman, but there's also Like, the main one we encounter is 2 men and a woman, and there's also, like, 4 women getting into that dynamic in the background at one point that gets explained. That, I think, is some neat world building. Also, they're ruled over by a totalitarian fascist government. Don't worry about it. They're just controlling all information and education. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Oh, so it's like what's going on in the real world.
Yes, but more so and more cartoonishly evil somehow.
Well, yeah. Wasn't it fucking called, what was it? OWEL, pronounced Orwell?
Oh, well, yes. Yes. I know writers who use subtlety, and they're all cowards.
I could have used a bit more subtlety to the female main character in episode 0 clearly masturbating about her fucking stepbrother.
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't it be adopted brother, not stepbrother? Sorry to be...
Does it change anything? Does it make it better?
Not really. Regardless.
I think it makes it worse, honestly.
The way Japanese society works, where they have a history of adopting men into the family to marry the daughter in order to continue on the family, is makes me think that was kind of like the mindset of this.
Okay, but that wasn't the reason they adopted him.
No, I think it was the mindset behind the writers who wrote that situation. I don't think it's necessarily a good thing. I'm just gonna say that. There is some neat stuff in here, I will say. Like, the whole conceit of, like, the far future disaster dystopia has some interesting elements to it. The action sequences are really fucking slick, but that's to be expected, given, the studio behind this. I don't think they really, they're pretty consistent on how well they animate things. Also, all the robots that we've met so far, all are, to some degree, dead ringers for Tawasa. Like, they have different, like, hair colors and hairstyles, but facially and in terms of the bangs, they look like her. So I'm willing to wager that they're all modeled off of her. I'm probably gonna give this at least 3 episodes to post prologue to like see if it really clicks with me. I think it has enough interesting stuff going on to offset the negatives. But yeah, I can see why someone would bounce off it as far as you did.
I'm not going near it again.
Understandable. That's fine. I'm not saying you should. I'm saying what I found good and interesting about it.
Fair. All right.
But if you want to check it out, Nmbr, that's the spiel.
Yeah, we'll see.
Let's move on then to the Faded Magical Princess Who Made Me a Princess.
Wonderful name.
Yeah, super non-redundant. Anyways, I think this one's actually pretty neat. Basically, the princess and only daughter of the emperor's, I think, official consort. It's not clear, but of at least one of the emperor's consorts, it finds out that she is doomed to suffer the Villainess fate of being horribly exiled and stripped of her position when she is in her teens or something like that. Or young adult. And as a young child, she works to avert that fate. And cuteness and funny shenanigans ensue. I think this one's pretty cute. The animation looks pretty nice. And whenever they actually like animate the protagonist's eyes, they really like put a lot of extra effort to make them look very pretty. Because she's supposed to have uniquely pretty eyes inherited from her dad. But yeah, there's apparently they actually changed some stuff from the from the source material, because apparently in the source material, the protagonist is actually a reincarnated isekai person, whereas here they cut out the isekai element altogether.
Okay. That's an interesting choice.
Yeah, I think it works.
They desekai'd it.
Yeah, they desekai'd it. Good one. Yeah, I think it works here. The protagonist is plenty engaging without being reincarnated. I think the mechanic of reading her future in a magic book and trying to avoid her fate that with the info she gains is pretty interesting and a lot more limiting than if it was like, say, oh yeah, I read the original book in the other world and now I'm living in it. Yeah, I'm gonna give this one 3 episodes, see how it plays out.
I mean, wasn't it a triple episode premiere?
I watched basically everything I wasn't like super locked in on. I watched at most 2 episodes of.
Okay.
But yeah, no, this one is I think it has potential to be pretty neat.
All right, let's move on to our next premiere then. Starring very late on compared to when it dropped, thanks to a certain somebody delaying the fucking release until the middle of the season, or at least middle of last season. We move on to The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity.
This show is really fucking good.
I enjoyed the first episode, though I'll admit there was something about the dub that
I didn't like the dub as much as the sub.
Yeah, honestly,
I think it was Kaoruko's voice.
if I'm honest, yeah.
That was like the weakest part of the dub cast, I think.
It was a little bit
It's
too
just-
high and breathy, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It felt
yeah.
It felt very much like they tried to voice match to the sub, which just doesn't work.
No, the sub is a lot better. I think Kaoruko's voice in the sub works a lot better than her dub voice.
No, I did end up switching to the sub for basically the final scene, or final couple of scenes of Kaoruko basically going, "Hey, I'll come back to the cafe so we can have cake together." But yeah, it was a pretty enjoyable premiere. Not wholly related to the show. It feels wild to still segregate boys and girls in school in 2025.
Yeah, some countries do it a lot more than others, I'm pretty sure. Like, you don't really see a lot of guys only or girls only schools in the US, at least, unless they're like private schools. Which I know that's the case with at least Kaoruko's school, but
Yeah.
I don't. But Chidori is definitely a public school.
Yeah.
It is also weird that a public school is right next door to an upper class.
Oh yeah,
private
no,
school.
I did point that out. It seems wild that anyone would do that. Like, it's obviously going to end in hostility
Yeah,
and problems. It's
If
always
we're-
going to end up
if
that
the-
way.
it's because of classes and then not anything else.
Yeah, like, it's just... I mean, if nothing else, like, you should have so many of those girls wanting to rebel and just looking across the fucking... across the way and going, that's a large school of boys for me to rebel with.
Honestly, I'm surprised nothing like this has happened before this point.
At least the heterosexual ones would. The lesbians have, obviously, different priorities.
Like being in a rock band.
I mean, what I will say, having only watched episode 1, I'm interested to see where the relationship between Rintaro and Kaoruko goes, considering we've practically had a confession
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping they don't dither about it too much.
I've already watched all the episodes that are out in English, so
I know.
I can't say either way.
Yeah, I know. Don't expect you. I don't want you to. I want to be surprised on my own or disappointed, depending.
I will say this series handles some emotionally complex stuff really well.
But yeah, I mean, I definitely enjoyed it. As I said, it's a shame that it didn't come out until fucking, what was it, like August, late August, early September?
Early September, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Which I think is, I think it's too late to really consider that for our cutoff for the fall, for the summer stuff. Which is why we delayed talking about it until now.
Yeah, it just seems easier to treat it as a fall show for now.
Mm-hmm.
Go from there. I mean, put it this way, I'm going to be watching it as if it's a fall show. I'm not going to rush to catch up on it, so...
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good premiere. I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes from here. But we should move on to, I think, the only not licensed show on our list, which is Ganglion. Which is 3-minute shorts focusing on basically a fucking soldier for a tokusatsu villain group. Yeah, I mean, it seemed interesting, just from the premise, but nobody picked it up, presumably because it is 3-minute episodes, so,
Neat.
It's got Tomokazu Sugita in the cast as, I think, the hero.
Aw, man.
And Yoshi Ueda as the put-upon main character.
I do love shows that focus on, like, the grunts in an organization. Those tend to be pretty fun.
Yeah.
I will say, I think the reason that this isn't licensed is because it is shorts.
Yeah.
And particularly short ones at that. Like, half-length shorts, those usually get licensed, but, like, 3 minutes? Not unless you have, like, an Onimai situation. Or not an Onimai, like a... Onipan, was it?
Onipan, yeah. Well,
so many names are so similar.
Yeah. God, I don't remember the name of it. It was the fucking donghua about like a fucking demon, angel, vampire, werewolf all living together.
Wasn't that one of your favorites from last year or something?
Something Street. I can't remember what the exact name of it.
All Saint Street, if I remember right.
All Saint Street, that's it. Because that was all shorts, but they basically just, like, smushed them all together into 24-minute episodes. Though, again,
kind of like what Onipan did, yeah.
I thought Onipan was just 10-minute episodes, but maybe I'm remembering wrong. It's been a while since Onipan, to be fair.
Onipan was 10-minute episodes, but was like 4 2.5-minute shorts in each episode.
Fair enough. I honestly don't remember.
I barely remember.
Yeah, I enjoyed the show. I remember that much, but yeah, past that, yeah. But anyway, we should move on to our next premiere, which is Gnosia. Fucking love this.
Very, very interesting show.
This is easily in my top 3 premieres.
It's definitely a top 5er for me, yeah.
This is just Among Us. Like,
this is Among Us with a lot more flamboyant character designs.
Yeah, and I'm very happy about that.
Also, more than one character with they/them pronouns.
Yeah, I mean, so based on the reviews that I read, the protagonist in the game, you can pick their pronouns. So
Yes.
they basically, went middle of the road and went they them for Yuri to basically say, yeah, this is your protagonist sort of thing. Setsu, yeah, is just they them as far as I'm aware.
As is Rachio, yeah.
Oh, it's Rachio as well. God, I didn't even notice that.
I mean, Rachio had a whole thing about, like, you and your silly genders.
Did they? Oh God, I think I was so deep in the okay. Who's the fucking Gnosia here? I'm pretty sure it's not Rachio because that they're being too aggressive to actually be sus.
Red herring 101.
Complete red herring, and this is gonna sound really bad. But I legitimately did suspect SQ fairly early on, and it was simply because... I don't know whether this was intentional or not, but simply because it felt like there was a lot of jiggling going on that was meant to, endear Yuri.
Oh, she was definitely doing the whole seduction route thing.
Yeah, and
Which,
so
viable tactic.
So I was watching that and just going, I'm mistrustful of you for some reason.
Unfortunately, Yuri made their deductions with the wrong head.
Yeah, well, to be fair, I don't think that played a part in it. Because, look, let's be... to be fair, in this kind of situation, you can make anything feel suspicious, but certainly Setsu didn't help themselves with that opening question.
No, absolutely not.
It was a hell of a question to open with. Do you think humanity should exist? But just in general, the premise is really interesting because... it's basically almost a time loop situation, and like it's gonna have different crew members every time. So,
though, having watched the second episode, at least the second episode does have the same batch of characters in that loop.
Okay.
However, after that loop, it's the next batch. It's there's
Different
more.
Batch. I mean.
Okay.
It's going to be really funny when Setsu, or whoever it is, has to give one of these people in the room you're about to meet isn't going to be human, when you've got a literal alien-looking dude and a fucking beluga whale in a spacesuit.
Yeah, the alien dude does pop up at the end of episode 2.
I'm gonna feel bad because there's instantly gonna be a mark against that guy, which he probably doesn't deserve. But
Look, we'll see what the deal is when we actually understand what his deal is. However, sus.
I mean, also this cast is insane. Like Asami Seto, Akari Kito, Ikumi Hasegawa, Chika Anzai, Yuichi Nakamura, Kenjiro Suda, Kana Hanazawa, Takeo Utsuka, Takia Iguchi, Tomokazu Seki, Saori Hayami, and Aoyuki makes up the cast. That's insane.
Yeah. Also, Kenjiro Suda's voice, I'm pretty sure, is also at the end of episode 2.
Great. It looks like he's playing a cowboy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, look, I was so into this that as soon as the episode ended and I did, like, my fucking summary that I do for the premieres, I went to Steam and looked up the game. I was like, I'm so close to buying this. At the very least, it's currently on my wish list. I make no promises as to whether I will manage to hold out on buying it before the end of the season.
I'm not gonna fucking take that bet.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Because I'm so tempted. If nothing else, like I said, it's Among Us. But this version is fucking single player, which takes away the, like, one negative aspect of Among Us, which is that you have to get a certain amount of people together to play it.
Yeah.
And the other, social deduction games like Werewolf, you have to have multiple people to play it.
I love Mafia. Mafia's fun.
Again, you need multiple people. You can't just do it on your own, as far as I'm aware.
I know.
Yeah, no, this is a show that I would seriously recommend.
Same. There's like 2 or 3 others I would say are worth recommending this season, like strongly. But yeah, I think this is the first one we've actually gotten on the list, alphabetically.
And hey, Jack, maybe we're getting to another one as we move on to our next premiere with...
Oh, fuck off.
Hands Off Sawaranaide Kotesashi-kun. God, I hope I don't have to say that name again, Jack. Please tell me I don't have to say that name again.
You do, Mel, you do. I'm just kidding. No, I've dropped this.
Cool.
This is a dumb fan service show. Like,
So this isn't cinema?
no, it's not absolute cinema. This is literally just an excuse to show naked women getting, or rather, women getting massaged and imagining themselves naked.
How much was censored?
Literally the only things that were censored were the genitals. You saw the full nips and everything else.
Oh, wow, okay.
Oh.
On Crunchyroll, no less.
I mean, to be fair, that's not the only show this season that also is showing the full nips.
Really? Oh.
Tales of Wedding Rings also does that.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, so, and it's not like this is unprecedented. Like, there have been other shows on Crunchyroll that have also shown uncensored nudity, at least from the waist up. All that said, this show is, like, if you want to watch fan service, fine, like, be my guest, but this ain't worth, really, anyone's time if you're looking for anything remotely.
It's just softcore porn, isn't it?
It's basically just softcore porn. Without the actual sex, even, so, yeah. It's the coward softcore porn.
Wonder if there is a version where there's sex.
I mean, maybe. I would not be surprised if there was, like, a doujin version of this, but yeah, nah. It's whatever.
I was gonna say the version that's on Ocean Vale.
I mean, the version that's on Ocean Vale might show the, uncensored other naughty bits as well. Who knows?
They absolutely do, but I'm fairly sure. I can't remember if I'm making this up or not, but I feel like I remember seeing that the episodes on Crunchyroll were slightly shorter than the episodes on Ocean Vale.
I would not be surprised. There's a lot of panning over naked bodies in the show, so it might be like those extra few seconds are like showing the lower body uncensored.
No, I mean like 4 minutes shorter.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I feel like I remember seeing that. I can't remember.
Let me look,
for
actually.
sure.
So let's see. Episode 1 was... Well, episode 12 is... episode 2 is 12 minutes. I think episode 1 is also similar length. Weird.
Let me go to Ocean Vale.
Does Ocean Vale even let you look at its stuff if you're not subscribed?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Apparently not in the UK? Fuck you guys.
Huh.
Just sucks. Oh no, that's just sign up. Can you let me have a look at your fucking stuff anyway? Don't think I have to fucking... There. I don't care about watching it, just let me look at the episodes. Okay, I don't think it's gonna let me look.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Either way, you could.
No, I'm trying right now. It does not let you. You have to make an account to look at anything.
Yeah, whatever. Either way, I'll check after the stream when I can, fucking VPN that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm fairly sure that was the case. I'm fairly sure, like, if the Crunchyroll episodes were 12 minutes, the Ocean Veils were 16.
I would not be totally shocked, honestly, but yeah. Regardless, I don't think it was really worth watching unless you like want to watch some massage-themed softcore porn, I guess.
There are better places to get that.
There's so many better places to get your rocks off. Anyways, let's move on to something that I think you're going to love talking about.
Okay, let's move on to Hero Without a Class. Who even needs skills? This is the show that I tried to think what happened in the premiere last night, and it took me like a good minute to remember what happened.
It was highly memorable.
I mean, look, there's this... In this world, there's this whole ceremony where the goddess bestows a class upon a 10-year-old. Which, you know, defining somebody's future when they're 10 is bullshit. Let's just get that out of the way real quick. It also doesn't go into whether or all the classes, like good jobs like blacksmith or hero, whatever. Is there like a toilet unclogger class? This is the kind of stuff that I was thinking of. The whole ceremony is just a priest putting his hand on the kid's head, saying something, asking if the kid sees it too, and that's it. There's no, like, flash of light or anything, or goddess appearing. So, to me, it just felt like a scam. It just felt like the priest was saying whatever. Especially considering, as it turns out, it's apparently quite often, like, you get the same class as one of your parents. Which, again, makes it seem like the priest is bullshitting, and he's just scamming these people.
Would you like to join us in the Church of the Church of Skillz?
What makes it especially, like, fucking scammy is the fact that the protagonist, RL, basically goes, okay, I don't have a class, but I've still been taught fucking, you know, swordsmanship by my mother, who's like the best swords person in the village. So, you know, I'm just gonna keep training, and as it turns out, he ends up being able to do, like, one of the basic swordsman skills with a little bit of training, and manages to make an even better version of it. Because of course he does. He also has a little rivalry going with this red-haired kid. Do you want to guess what happens with them?
Let me guess. Dude beats the redhead who is actually secretly a girl.
You are 100% correct.
Holy shit.
I may have cheated by looking at the key visual. Oh, wait.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty obvious what would happen, but, you know... I mean, the fact is, you know, the AniFem review predicted that RL would have a "you're a girl and you're hot now" reaction to the redhead in the future. And I can confirm, having skipped ahead a little bit into episode 2, that does in fact happen. That's how fucking cliche this is. And just so rote and boring.
What? No, they clearly put a lot of effort and thought into the premise and the story. I can't even say that with a straight face. I'm sorry.
The fact is, I could honestly have, like, predicted the story beats in the first 5 minutes of the episode.
Of course.
And it's just, like... yeah, it's just boring and just nothing. Like, I don't understand how this appeals to people.
People want their comfort junk food.
But there's better junk food!
Hey, I'm not saying they have good taste.
This is barely even junk food. This barely exists.
Again, not arguing with you.
The only evidence I have that I watched this is that I've written notes about it. If I deleted them, it would just leave my mind forever. Like, just meh. Just meh. There's nothing.
So you're saying
to this.
anime of the season?
No. I refuse to even go along with the joke. Anyway, let's move on to our next premiere, which is Inexpressive Kashiwada and Expressive Ota.
This is boring. Just the most generic rom-com ever. So get this, right? So the main boy is like very loud and outgoing. The main girl is very quiet and doesn't emote very much. So the whole premise is him trying to get her to emote.
I think I've seen this like 3 or 4 times before in the past 3 years.
And yet this is probably the worst version of that. It's just so generic and boring. It's like it was kind of hard to get through.
We all had at least one premiere like that.
Yeah.
Oh, this isn't the only premiere I've had like that, but we'll get to that later. I mean, yeah, not a whole lot to really say about it. It's just a generic rom-com. I guess I will say kudos to the main girl. She outright said that she likes the protagonist in episode 1. So, good on her. That is something. Of course, the guy doesn't believe her, but you know.
Sorry, just to interrupt. I'm currently on Ocean Vale's site. I've not, for some reason, Hands Off isn't showing up on there. I don't know why, but you know what is coming to Ocean Vale soon?
Uh-oh.
What?
2017's Dive that we talked about earlier.
That's so fucking funny. Oh my god. Oh my god. I would not have predicted that. What?
Amazing.
I don't know why, but it is. Yeah, so basically just like a show that's been done better elsewhere.
Pretty much, yeah. It's just pretty boring. Not a whole lot to really say about it. The comedy's not that good. And yeah. We should move on.
Alright, let's move on then to Let's Play.
Oh boy, more high card.
The art style is reminiscent of High Card, I will give you that.
Not reminiscent, it's literally the same artist.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah. I wouldn't say this is as crazy as High Card, but the pilot does move at a fucking mile a minute. Like,
so
it's a very fast-paced show.
I enjoyed the premiere when I watched it. And then I read some reviews, and I actually thought about it, and there's some stuff that bothers me.
Yeah. Go ahead.
The MC is not well written so far.
Well, she's a Nepo baby, for one.
Yeah. Though I will say, her dad was my favorite part of the premiere.
Oh, he was very funny. But yeah, yeah, no, she's just like, she's very unevenly written, and, like, like, I get that they're trying to make her skilled but insecure and unconfident. But yeah, nah, it's kind of hit or miss on that. Also, her dynamic with her boss is very weird.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you have other remarks on that front.
I mean, yeah, look, it's one of those cases of the author's badly disguised fetish. Clearly somebody likes the idea of an office dom.
Well, you know what? Good for them.
Yeah, but
Everyone should be...
it doesn't necessarily make a good show, is the thing.
No. I'm willing to give it a few episodes, honestly, just see how it shapes up. But yeah, I don't think it's particularly good. I think it has room to improve for sure. It might improve. A lot of webcomics start out really rough, if we're being honest. This is a webcomic adaptation, after all.
I have a bit of a spoiler that I found out, which is influencing my opinion of the show. Do you want to know what it is?
Spill the tea.
The chosen love interest ends up being the boss.
Oh, shit, okay.
And he does basically stay the same kind of manipulative asshole dom.
Oh, ew. No character development? That sucks.
Yeah.
See, from the way they were setting it up, I thought for sure it would be either the barista or the streamer dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I think I might have to drop it then.
I mean, again, this is from a comment who did not continue the webtoon after that, so it's possible that they didn't end up going down that route, but I mean, for a...
Oh yeah, they might have done the whole thing of, oh yeah, they get together for an arc or two and then they break up, that kind of thing.
I mean, at the end of the day, this is likely going to be, you know, a single core, maybe 2 core at most, and then probably nothing else. What I'm thinking about doing is giving it 3 episodes in the dub and seeing how we go from there. But again, this airs on a Wednesday, and I have 4 shows on a Wednesday if I include this.
I'm just gonna look on TV Tropes to see what it says, because I don't give a shit about spoilers.
That is fair. Also, let me just check something. Okay, so yeah, the episodes on Ocean Vale for Hands Off Kotesashi-kun, they're 24 minutes.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And it's not like... Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a lot that's being cut out.
Mm-hmm.
Which, honestly, amuses me. Anyway, now to close that.
I will say, I do like that she has a dog named Bowser. That is adorable.
I liked that she has a dog named Bowser. I thought the dog was gonna be like a fucking service dog or an emotional support dog, but no. I feel like that would have made Sam a little more interesting, but no.
Yeah. Man, I'm not finding anything right now. God damn it.
Well, I think we should probably move on. It has
Yeah, no. Does seem like it is the boss dude.
Great.
Yep.
This is a this this has some interesting aspects to it, but as it turns out, I don't think the show actually engages with them. So let's move on to our next premiere, which is Little Miss Vampire Can't Suck Right.
So this takes place in like this weird world where like fantasy creatures coexist with regular humans, and they're just chilling, I guess. And it's about this this vampire girl who's like the cool, mysterious type character. Everyone in class loves her. Turns out she's a huge goober who has difficulties with sucking blood. And our protagonist, who for some reason in most scenes does not have a face, I don't know why. It's very weird. But yeah, he helps. He lets her use him as practice for sucking blood whenever no one's around, and that's the premise. It's okay.
Yeah, I didn't mind it too much. It's decent.
Yeah, it's all right. Didn't really click with me personally. Again, the protagonist doesn't have a face most of the time.
Yeah, that is a weird artistic choice that I don't understand.
And then randomly, sometimes he does. It's so weird. It's like, why?
I mean, from the impression that I got, is it's kind of like fucking, what is it? Kamitani from Komi-san, where just of like the just eyes basically, to show that he's just sort of like a background character.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a weird choice, but you know,
it's weird, and I don't care for it, but that's not that big a deal. But yeah, I didn't really get with this. I didn't really like the show all that much. It's not awful, but it's like kind of just nothing. Yeah,
I'm
it's just
willing
to
give it 3 episodes just to see if it like does anything fun or interesting or unique past episode 1. Because almost always with these shows, there's gonna a lot of these shows have like a weak pilot episode and then a stronger second episode to follow it up.
I mean,
So
hey,
I'm willing to give it that chance, but yeah.
maybe it'll have a turkey twist in episode 2.
Oh God.
Maybe it'll turn into a bowling show.
Quickest way to get Nmbr on board, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, it's okay. I'm not gonna be watching more of it personally.
All right. Let's move on then to our next premiere, which is May I Ask for One Final Thing?
This is honestly my favorite premiere of the season.
Probably, yeah.
It's so fucking good. Very satisfying to watch her just beat the ever-loving shit out of a bunch of smug nobles.
Mm-hmm. So, this was the only show that I watched 2 episodes for. Considering, you know, Dusk went down the drain for me. And yeah, I watched this dubbed. It was so much fun.
Yeah. The dub track is really good.
I mean, I've got to shout out Alex Horn as Leonardo. He's just killing it.
Oh yeah, no, he's very fun. Like, the whole dub cast is clearly having an absolute blast.
Yeah.
The dynamic between Scarlet and
Julius
is so funny.
Yeah. Like, every so often, there's a moment that I think, oh, are they actually gonna, you know, tease a romance here? Nope, it is still just, you know, Julius making fun of Scarlet and Scarlet trying not to punch him.
It's very funny. They got really good voices for just basically everyone in the main cast, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, no, Morgan Garrett is doing a really, really good job as Scarlet, and Reagan Murdoch is just on the right side of like smarm.
He is charmingly smarmy.
Yeah. And, you know, also got to shout out fucking, what was the name? Kyle Ignexi, playing Kyle, because, again, so wonderfully hateable voice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, you get a lot of smugness and self-superiority in that voice.
Mm-hmm.
He sounds just like you would imagine a rich, spoiled brat would sound like.
Yeah.
I can almost hear him saying it now. I'm telling Daddy!
Oh, 100%. If Daddy actually loved him.
Yes. No, Daddy disowned him.
That was satisfying.
Yes.
Also
got, Terranessa's voice actress is also pretty good for what little screen time we've got of her so far.
Emily Neves.
Yeah. Speaking of Terranessa, actually, the ED is really good. Her and those Disney princess getup with a disturbing smile is really cool. And the song slaps.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, the first episode was, I think, a really, really well done choice of starting it off with, okay, so Scarlet's gonna punch these guys, and here's why.
Yeah.
And then going through everything, you know, the prick did to her.
Mm-hmm.
And then the reveal in episode 2 that she is blessed by the god of time.
Mm-hmm.
So can just fucking haste herself.
Mm-hmm. Though it does at least do make sure that there's like some limitations.
Oh no,
on it, so it's not
there's
completely
absolutely
hacks.
Yeah, there's absolute limitations to it. But yeah, this was also the show that I mentioned earlier with Banished Court Magician that just did things better.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, this has a scene where a noble, you know, berates somebody they see as subordinate to them when they're actually so much stronger. And, you know, Court Magician had, you know, the main character going, no, please don't do this, I can help. Whereas this show had Scarlet go, okay, I'm going to concuss you now. And look, it's always nice to get a fantasy show where the main characters are firmly against slavery.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, are going out of their way to put a stop to it.
Yep. Nothing like a good old romantic date dismantling a slave auction, am I right?
Yeah. And poor Nanaka, he's trapped with these monsters.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah, now this show is probably my favorite so far. It's between this and Gnosia, I think. Just very, very good. Really looking forward to getting to watch more of it. But we should move on to our next premiere, which is Mechanical Marie.
Alright, so before we get into this, we should probably address the elephant in the room. There are a lot of allegations of this show using AI artwork in some scenes. That is very much not true, and was pretty much disproved by the original mangaka, who linked the actual artist's website for those scenes. And as you can see, if you go to their website, they've been doing this since 2004 and have a very varied history in doing shit like this. This is just their style. So, yeah, no AI was used in this show.
At least, unfortunately, got to say that only one of the stylized screen things was on the artist's page. And it was the only one without indications of AI.
There's a couple of them where the protagonist has two. I think it's two left hands and another with two left feet.
I've seen those scenes. It doesn't look like two left hands to me. The feet do look a little wonky, but I don't know. I don't know about that.
I did watch the premiere. It was fun enough, but I don't think I already have enough on my plates in general that like I don't know if I want to keep up with this one.
Yeah. Either way, people are quick to assume that it uses AI when I feel like you should give the benefit of the doubt. So yeah. In any case, in regards to the show itself, I thought it was all right. It's Marie is, despite not emoting very much, is actually pretty cute with her internal monologues. And I do like the blossoming relationship between her and the guy who she's protecting. But it has some pretty decent comedy. But yeah, I'm probably not gonna continue it either. Just didn't really click with me that much.
I liked bits of it. I just don't think it was like particularly stand out in any way.
Yeah. I think it's all right. Out of the shows, I'm choosing to not watch. This is one of the better ones, but yeah, wasn't that into it.
All right. Let's move on then to My Awkward Senpai.
This one's pretty cute.
Let's just, again, get the elephant out of the room. Certainly, out of the shows that I watched, this one was the most affected, I feel like, by Crunchyroll's fuckery at the start of the season.
Oh yeah, no, the subtitles were really bad for the premiere. Not as bad in the second episode, but they are really noticeably off in the premiere.
Well, there was at least two instances of two bits of dialogue several seconds apart that had both sets of subtitles on the screen at the same time.
Yeah, no, that's very sloppy subtitling type setting.
I think the first one was something like Asusa, the main female character, said, "Gotta get ready," then started getting ready, and 10 seconds later said, "Let's go." And both of those were on the screen the entire 10 seconds.
Yeah. It's really bad in that regard.
Yeah.
Well, that's not the fault of the show itself so much as just
it's not the fault of the show.
Fucking...
Absolutely. Honestly, I enjoyed the show. I really liked the show. I honestly thought the opening scene to portray Asusa was really well done, of her, coolly walking along. We overhear that she's very accomplished at work, and then she reaches the train station gate and pulls out a plumber's card. I just thought that was a really, really funny and well done way of establishing the two different sides to her, basically.
Yeah, no, it's a good execution.
And just her constant worrying about having to train this guy, just very endearing. I know that I always got nervous when I had to train people at my old job. Yeah, it was just a very, very fun, premiere, establishing these two and establishing their relationship. I don't have a huge amount more to say. I'm looking forward to the next episode of this.
As am I. I'm torn between like keeping it on my main list and putting it on my 3-episode list because like it is fun. It's just not like the like there are better rom-coms this season.
That's fair, but it's just nice to have the rom-com like this. I mean, if nothing else,
I don't disagree.
This has an adult cast, and that's always good when it comes to romances.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like I always look on that as a positive point when it comes to rom-coms, because I mean, look, my mum, when we finished watching Blue Box, my mum was like, is there any chance we could watch a show without teenage romance angst? And I got what she was saying.
That's so funny.
I mean, it's not even wrong. Like, yeah, no, so much of it is just teenagers being romantically angsty about themselves and shit.
So instead, we moved on to Vanitas.
Oh.
Which has romance angst, but it's vampire themed rather than teenagers.
Yeah, of course.
It's unfortunate that because of the way my mum's tastes work, which is that she doesn't want a show with like a lot of explaining, it tends to limit it to, slice of life stuff, which is primarily teenage angst based.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yeah, this was a fun show. I'm obviously I give every show 3 episodes, or every show that I'm continuing 3 episodes to see, if something bad happens in those following 2 episodes after the premiere. But, I think this is one that's going to survive past that for me, at a guess. Let's move on, though, to our next premiere, which is My Friend's Little Sister Has It In For Me.
Dropped. Just so
I'm shocked. I'm shocked.
This is like the example of just all the dumb cliches you see in romance light novels. You get like you get the love triangle, you get the teasing love interest, and you get the tsundere love interest. One of them is his best friend's little sister. The other one is his cousin. So yay, more of that.
The impression that I got from reading the reviews about this show is this is a show that tells you everything you need to know from its title. Like, you just know exactly what you're gonna get, and it's gonna be trash.
Yeah.
And whether you enjoy it or not is dependent on whether you like this kind of trash.
I do not. Like, okay, I'll be fair. It's not like the worst thing I've ever seen, but it's one of the worst premieres of the season by quite a bit. Like, I'm not even going to sugarcoat it on that front. It's not good. It's very not good.
Here's the thing, you saying it's not the worst thing you've ever watched is kind of meaningless because I know what you've watched, and I know the bad things you've watched, and so it's like, okay, it's not, like, completely terrible. That doesn't mean a huge amount, really.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's not fucking what's the worst one you always quote as the worst thing you've ever seen? Mars of Destruction?
Yeah. Yep, that is the worst one.
Great! That's such a high bar to clear!
That bar is in fucking Cochitis in the pits of hell.
Like...
I'm not even fucking joking.
Yeah, no, I know! I know you're not joking, but the point is, shows have to do more than that.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on to, I think, another show probably joining this one in the pits of this season's hell anyway. My Gift level 9,999 unlimited gacha, backstabbed in a backwater dungeon, I'm out for revenge.
So this is my anime of the. I'm kidding. No, this show fucking sucks. It's so bad. So, all right. So this dude, all right, this main guy, he has this fantasy world. His special skill, gacha. Basically, you roll on a gacha, you get things. It doesn't really specify what you can get and how you get it. You just get gacha. All right, okay. his skill's fucking worthless because he always gets garbage from it. And then he, after getting mugged on the street, he's in his worst possible place. He gets recruited into this guild of like a bunch of different species of people, and they wanted a human on their side, and they recruit him, and then they go to the what is said to be, I believe, like the most difficult dungeon in that world, at least that is known. And then they backstab him because apparently there's some sort of secret with his skill, and they wanted to find out if it was any worth it, and it seems like it wasn't. So they tried to kill him, but he stumbles on a trap and teleports away, and then he, on the brink of death, he uses his gacha, which turns out it gets better depending on like how much mana is in the area, and since he was accidentally warped to the depths of the most powerful dungeon, he got like the level 999 triple S whatever gacha pull, got a maid waifu who's devoted to him and will protect him no matter what, and then he vows revenge on the party that backstabbed him, and that's the story. It's bad.
I mean, just setting aside the quality of the storytelling, the characters, whatever, is it not a fucking atrocious look for the protagonist to literally roll a gacha and get women?
Yeah.
Like, who looks at that and goes, I think this is gonna be a classy anime.
Also, so Backwater Dungeon, again, this is the most powerful, like, difficult dungeon in this known world, and yet the title calls it a backwater dungeon. I don't think I don't think that's accurate. But
since when have anime had accurate titles?
Look, there's enough fucking words and characters.
Sister has it in for me seems inaccurate.
I mean, yeah. There's enough words and fucking characters in this title that they could at least be accurate with it.
Yeah. Yeah, all those words just to lie.
Yeah. Like, come on. Give us something.
But yeah, this is probably the worst thing I watched. It's quite bad.
I mean, based on my readings of the reviews, I'm pretty sure this is just the worst thing this season. I think most everything has at least one redeeming quality to it.
Yeah, this doesn't really have anything worth anything that could redeem in any way. It's just bad. Well,
I'm sorry you had to watch it, Nmbr.
It's okay. It was like the first thing I watched. I got it out of the way early.
That's fair. Let's move on to something I think you'll enjoy discussing a lot more, though, because it is My Hero Academia, the final season.
This is the first sequel we're discussing.
I actually didn't watch the premiere yet, so I can't discuss it yet.
First 3 episodes of the season so far have been really good.
That's what I hear.
Most recent episode, today's episode, was fucking gorgeously animated. Vincent Chansard worked on it, who you may recognize. He also did Gear 5 and Zoro vs. King. And he did, I think he did Maharaga vs. Sukuna. And Garfield vs. Kurgan. So yeah, no, really good resume on the guy. But yeah, most of the season so far has been the fight with All for One. Deku and Shiggy have not really done much so far this season.
Mm-hmm.
It has mostly been the All Might and All for One show. You've read the manga, right, Nmbr?
I didn't finish it, and actually, this is a bit after what I've read. So.
Okay.
So yeah, this is mostly going to be new material for me.
Okay, I won't go any further into detail then.
Yeah.
Oh, just
moving... Chicken is back.
Yep.
Just going back to the gacha anime for a second.
Oh God.
Sorry, I always try and like fucking bookmark tweets related to seasonal anime to talk about, and I was just going through and remembered I'd done this one. Jeff Thew, aka Mother's Basement, said that the gacha anime might just be one of the worst things he's ever seen.
Oh my God.
Or at least worst one of these things he's ever seen. Which again is still saying something.
That is a hell of a bar.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite bad. I will say, I'm not even going to try to remember the name of it. I'm pretty sure there was one show a season or two ago that was like some garbage isekai that I'm pretty sure I felt was worse than that. But
we can look if you want, but
I mean, trash versus garbage. It doesn't really matter.
No.
They're all the same.
They're all the same. It doesn't matter.
But yeah, no, there's like at least half a dozen isekais or banished fantasy anime every season. So like, yeah, no, they are very rarely good,
and they just don't do anything interesting with them.
Yeah, no, the variation on a theme is just like so minuscule and mediocre. It's just like, why?
Like, I often disagree with Richard Isekai from ANN, but I agree with him on this of it always goes down the same route. It's never about a guy who quits the party because he realizes he truly is a liability and then goes on to find, different ways to help his friends. It's not about somebody who is a bastard and is rightfully banished only for him to learn that, he is a bastard and he needs to change. No, it's always about some overpowered douchebag.
See, the only one that really does it well is the trendsetter for it, Banished from the Hero's Party. Which, I'm not shocked that the trendsetter is the only one to do it well, because everything else that ripped it off just, like, didn't understand what made it good.
Yeah. Anyway, my hero.
Yeah, no, Hero Aka, really good. I wonder if this season's going to be a little bit longer, just because, like, I don't know if, like, I'd have to double check the exact pacing of what's left material-wise. I can look at your favorite website to find that out, Mel, I'm sure. But yeah, it's still really good.
If nothing else, I'm pretty sure it's mostly just fighting left now, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it is literally just these two fights. So there's 32 chapters, counting the extra epilogue. Which, yeah, no, that can fit pretty easily in one core.
Alright, cool. We are finally at the end, which is wild.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll catch up, I don't know, probably not.
It's wild that Hero Aka is... Well, no, it's not too wild, actually. But yeah, Hero Aka is going to be the first of the big new gen shonen to have a complete anime. And it's wild that it took its 8 full seasons, which is also pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah. Looking forward to how they handle the rest of the season.
Alright, let's move on then to... My status as an assassin obviously exceeds the hero's.
Obviously. This is actually surprisingly good. I actually enjoyed this a fair bit.
Alright.
I will say, so this is one of those shows where it starts off, well, I mean, there's you get an in medias res prologue thing where he's about to kill a guy, but then we go to the actual present, and then he's in a classroom, okay? A bunch of students in the classroom. A magic circle appears. Oh boy, isekai. They all get isekai'd. I die a little inside because I just hate that trope. I'm just gonna say it. I like Truck-kun, okay? I just, if you're gonna isekai, use Truck-kun, okay?
Yeah. Truck-kun is fun. I'll give it that. It's a little bit rote at this
Truck-kun
point.
is super underrated at this stage.
At this point, look, my only issue with Truck-kun is I feel like shows don't take advantage of it enough. Do a fucking Zombieland saga and actually show
Oh my God, yes.
Truck-kun fucking throwing that bitch, 10 feet down the road.
I don't think anything is ever going to beat Zombieland Saga for best opening scene.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
just so funny. Just killed me.
It killed Sakura, too.
I mean, I was already so on edge because I knew it was a zombie show. And as soon as I saw her running out, the shot of her running out of the gate, I was like, the zombie's gonna fucking come and get her. The zombie's gonna come and get her. And then fucking truck just hits her. And it's just, oh my God. Anyway.
Yeah.
But, anyways, so after I die a little inside from watching that, so the same spiel we've heard all before. This kingdom in some fantasy world summon a bunch of teenagers that for some reason are able to get heroic powers and whatever. They do the whole skill appraisal thing, and then the protagonist notices something a little bit off. He got the assassin class, obviously, but his stats seem higher than the heroes, and he has more skills. Like there's one in the class who is designated as the hero, and then everyone else is supposed to support him and whatnot.
Of course.
Is it the dude on the poster who looks like with a big shiny armor and the flowing blonde hair?
Lady
No, it's a different guy.
Okay.
No, in fact, I don't even see the hero in this visual.
Okay, fair.
I'll get to long flowy hair man. And the protagonist, he knows something that's kind of off about that, and that the king seems to be hiding information, and he notices that there are cameras that seem to be spying on everyone, and he's like, and then he uses assassin skill that literally makes him unnoticeable to everyone. He starts snooping around and stuff. And then long flowy hair man notices him because he has special eyes or whatever, and it turns out he's one of the head knights in the king's royal guard, and he decides to help the assassin out and help him learn his skills and whatnot. And then while he's training, he does more investigating. He learns that apparently a coup was being planned against the king. We don't really know all the details about it, but apparently the king is he's planning to use the kids in some sort of sacrifice, I think. And the long-flowy hair man was planning the coup. Of course, he didn't want to kill the king. He still has high respect for him, but he wants to remove him because he doesn't want harm to come to anyone.
Yeah.
And it's basically about them working together in this fantasy world, trying to stop the king from doing whatever it is he's doing. And it's a pretty good setup, honestly. Despite this being, one of those generic-ass isekais, its premise is unique enough that I'm willing to give it at least a few episodes. I like the protagonist because he's kind of a loner. He doesn't really talk to anyone. And he's a huge white novel nerd. But even in this fantasy world, it was holy shit, all my dreams are coming true. He's something just feels off about all of this. He's still suspicious about all of it, even though he wants to geek out about it.
Good things are happening to me. That can't be right.
Exactly. The thing is, with most of these garbage isekai, these heroes, they're all ooh, neat, I get X skill, ooh, I'm super powerful, whatever, ooh, I'm just gonna go along with all of this crap, and it's just lame.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have a show that actually, kind of goes into that. So a hero who actually, feels suspicious, isn't just willing to go along with everything.
Yeah, no, it does genuinely sound more interesting than most.
It is. It's much better than most garbage isekai, especially this season. So
to be fair, that bar is in hell, but
it is in hell, yeah. But I'm willing to give it at least a few episodes. Yeah, I'm enjoying it so far.
Fair.
It's good.
All right, let's move on then to our next premiere, which is Ninja versus Gokudo. So, first things first, I did start watching this dubbed, and I only lasted about 3 or 4 minutes.
Is it one of those dumb, cheesy 90s dubs?
Well, as I think I mentioned this to you, Jack, it's done by, I think, the South African arm of a studio called Transperfect. And as a result, it just doesn't sound great. Which I'm going to chalk down to inexperience more than anything else.
I mean, that's definitely possible. Probably even.
That said, I still enjoyed this premiere. I thought it was relatively interesting. What did you think, Nmbr?
Sorry, I was having some technical difficulties. You're asking me about Ninja versus Gokudo?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know. I kind of liked it. I don't know. I'm trying to pick up what it's putting down. I'm not quite sure what it's putting down yet.
I mean,
Is it cheesy 90s schlock?
Yeah, that's what it seems like to me, but I don't know. It's
I mean, there's definitely like the premiere was more than anything about establishing the relationship between Kiwami and Tsubasa.
I found it very funny that there's a Yakuza named Kiwami.
Yeah, no, that's part of the joke. The Yakuza is called Kiwami, the ninja is called Shiraha. Because of course. And yeah, it was very much about establishing their relationship, which, is going to get tested by the fact that they're on opposite sides of this, like, fucking 500-year-old feud.
Right.
And, like, especially, like, establishing Shiraha as this, honestly, kind of nice kid who is still a, ninja with tremendous skill. Also, yeah, if you want evidence of the 90s schlock that it is, multiple people get beheaded and continue talking. For quite a while.
yeah, it happens a few times.
Like, I think the main, like, Shiraha takes out a gang of Gokudo, and the main guy, who is Tsubasa, I mixed up names. I'm fairly sure he gets, like, a full monologue after getting beheaded.
Yeah.
And Shiraha has a master called Kai who makes puns to try and get Shiraha to laugh. Because Shiraha's tragic past makes it so that he can't laugh or smile.
Oh, rip.
But yeah, I mean, what's not helping it is the art and animation is not great, I would say.
I see it's all right.
Yeah. But this is the kind of this is the kind of show that could definitely benefit from having, as good a quality animation as possible, and it's Studio D and it's not getting that.
Studio Dean, everyone's favorite.
I will say I am very curious as to why there is one character who has 7 different voice actors of differing genders.
Huh.
That is a good question.
If nothing else, I'm willing to keep watching until that gets brought up. But overall, you know, I'm interested enough to continue. This is definitely one that is closer to the chopping block than most, I would say, and definitely has to impress me in the next couple of episodes.
Yeah, I'm willing to give it like a shot.
Again, it's another one on Wednesday where I'm just like, I could probably drop this without, you know, feeling too bad. And then I'd, you know, have a little bit more time on Wednesdays. But, you know, it's definitely interesting. Again, it will very much depend on how it executes the next couple of episodes. But yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. So we can probably move on to our next premiere, which is One Punch Man Season 3.
Oh no, bros, it's so gar over. Oh no.
Okay, I've got to ask, is the animation really that bad?
It's mediocre, but you expect really high quality from One Punch Man, so it averages out to not great.
I feel like you expected good quality animation from One Punch Man after Season 1. I feel like now you sort of expect the mediocre.
Yeah, no. Like, anyone who's, like, coping or seething over, like, the animation quality here is either clearly forgetting about Season 2 or just is, like, expecting them to skyrocket it back up to Season 1 quality, which was never going to happen. Which is unfortunate because this arc is very fight-heavy, and you kind of need, at least for it to be good, decent to good animation for a fight.
It's similar to whatchamacallit, Ninja versus Gokudo, in that, you know, this is a show that lives and dies on its fights, and if those fights aren't well animated, it's not going to work as well.
It's not just that the show lives and dies on its fights. It's that this is, like, one of the most fight-heavy arcs in the series.
Yeah.
And, like, yeah.
But
like,
yeah, I saw somebody try and compare it to Berserk 2016. So that's why I asked.
I don't think it's that bad. Berserk 2016 is uniquely tragic.
I mean, the point is, I'm looking at these people complaining and going, if you didn't watch X-Arm, you don't get to talk about bad animation.
Yeah.
There's no way this is there's no way this is X-Arm bad, so stop talking about it like it is.
The funny thing is, like, the first episode of the season is called Strategy Meeting, and it's literally, like, 90% people in rooms talking.
That probably doesn't help, to be honest.
No, it does not. Like, there is very little in the way of anything resembling action in the premiere.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't have much to go off of as to whether or not the fights will look decent or not. Like, it is like just the calm before the storm, basically. But yeah, I'm willing to wait and see. I like One Punch Man. I've fallen off the manga a bit just because Murata keeps retconning shit constantly. That's a bit weird. Yeah, like, I don't know how many times he's retconned this arc. I'm afraid to go back and check. There's just so much. So I'm just very unclear as to where I'm supposed to go to like go pre-retcons. I might just go back to like the end of season 2, basically. Yeah. In the manga. Because otherwise I got no fucking clue. But yeah, One Punch Man is still a fun series. I just think Mob Psycho is better.
No, I mean, that's absolutely fair. I mean, yeah, I feel like, not that long ago, I did see, oh, hey, One Punch Man is coming back, and it's been retconned again, and I was like, again? How? Why?
Murata just retcons so much shit. I don't know why. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a clear explanation as to why Murata's retcon things. Most of the stuff he's retconned wasn't even in, like, One's original webcomic.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if One has anything to do with it.
That's possible. It might be One just telling Murata, hey, could you change this, please? Hey, could you change this, please? Hey, could you change this, please?
Because, like, I have trouble believing that it's Murata just doing whatever the fuck he wants.
I mean, let's be fair. Murata could probably get away with whatever the fuck he wants.
Oh, yeah, and you know what? I mean, it's Murata. I say let him, but,
I mean,
you know?
the point is, obviously, he's doing this after the fact in regards to the webcomic, and so...
Yeah.
It's very possible he's, writing it one way and then going, oh shit, I've thought of a better way to get to this point. Let's retcon some stuff. And, because One Punch Man is so popular, he's allowed to get away with it.
Yep.
But hey, more One Punch Man, you know?
Yeah. I'm not going to complain too much about it. I just think it's kind of bizarre.
I do kind of wish, like, the original versions of the chapters were still there, at least to see.
Oh yeah, no, that's not the best. You can only really find the originals on pirate sites now.
Yeah, because like I understand like they're not canon anymore, but it was like they should still be there. Like that's lost media now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not the worst example of lost media we've had of late, but
no, but you know.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Regardless, we don't need to go into all the meta of One Punch Man. The long and short of it is the premiere is kind of weak just because, like, it's mostly just doing people talking in rooms, and it's, there isn't a lot of animation going on.
Yeah.
Because people talking in rooms is, like, one of the easiest settings in which to save money on animation. Like, you can get away with so much just panning and close-ups.
I mean, that's why Wonder Egg Priorities special episode was mostly just people talking.
Yeah. As it turns out, dialogue-heavy scenes are very easy to animate compared to action scenes.
I mean, even then, they had to take shortcuts, like zooming out like 200 meters, so they didn't even have to animate faces and mouths.
Oh yeah, all the shots of like that one scene in Invincible where it's like them talking about animation shortcuts, like people putting their hand over their mouth, or like, their mouth is just out of frame, or they're shooting it from behind.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
Which is also an adaptation of a joke from the comic, which is just reusing panels, which is also a funny joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. The story for One Punch Man is fine enough that I'm willing to overlook the animation foibles.
All right, let's move on then to Past the Monster Meat, Milady.
This one is genuinely very fun. Like, you love to see a weird girl just meeting just the perfect person who vibes with their weirdness in just the right way. It doesn't hurt that she's generally fun and charming, and her love interest is also just quirky enough to really line that up in a fun way. Like, it's generally a fun and charming fantasy romance. I enjoyed it quite a bit. What I've seen. Doesn't hurt that it's also pretty nice looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get some funny jokes, like in episode 2, the main character's father receives a letter from the Duke, who is her love interest, and she reads it and notices there's a message in there that only she can read because of the magic, and it turns out that the Duke is coming to visit tomorrow, and they only figured it out because of the magic seal audit and her just arriving. But yeah, it's a fun show. I like it a lot. I would say it is one of the better romance series of the season so far. I have to see where I ranked it. Not the best, of course. There are a few that I would put above it, but still pretty damn good.
Alright, good. Let's move on then to our next premiere, which is Plus-Sized Adventures in Love. So this is a really interesting one. In that I can't 100% tell exactly what the tone is meant to be.
Oh, you're not sure if it's playing things straight or being satirical?
Well, it's more that I don't know, because basically the plot summary is the protagonist, Yumiko, drifts in and out of consciousness in an ambulance and comes back fully awake in the hospital with amnesia. She's then told that she attempted suicide. Because of the amnesia, she doesn't remember how she thought before, which is very negatively about herself, and suddenly considers herself, very pretty, very beautiful, and talks as such. There is a really, really interesting line of commentary the show could do of, Yumiko's opinion on her appearance changing because the amnesia wiped out all of the fat phobia that she was subjected to and, ended up believing. I don't know whether the show is going to do that. There is also, in these moments where she is, saying she's beautiful and so on, and, the people around her are kind of like, huh? I can't tell whether the show wants me, an audience member, to be laughing at Yumiko, or, or not, I guess. Yeah. I honestly can't tell, is the thing. And part of it just comes down to the fact that fat phobia is so inherent in society that it's possible.
It's particularly bad in Japan.
Yeah, and it's just possible that, these are jokes that the, author put in without even thinking about it. And didn't intend them to be, bad or undercut the, hopefully, message of the show. And, honestly, I really like Yumiko as a protagonist. She's so fun and endearing. And it's just really nice. I mean, she works in, oh god, what's the word for it? I can't even remember anymore. Food product development. And she gets taken to a new product meeting, a meeting to suggest a new product. I think it's something like a summer brand of crisps. And she finds that she's got this idea notebook in her purse. And she opens it, and it's got all these good ideas, but then she flips to a certain page, and it's got all these, basically, stuff that she had written that's full of self-hatred. And she's like, and internally she's like, I'm really upset that, you know, my past self thought this way. And so I'm gonna try and, you know, prove that she wasn't like this and that she has good ideas. She gives an idea, it gets, you know, it gets accepted, and on the page opposite to the self-hatred, she writes some really affirming things instead. Like, that was a really, really nice scene. There's also, she's getting to know, well, there's a guy that her past self took, I think it was 500 pictures of, secretly.
Oh, jeez.
Which she realizes was not a good thing to do, which is quite good. But she comes across him in the park on the way to work and starts talking to him. Actually talking to him and getting to know him. And, like, again, it's really nice. Not quite so nice is the fact that she has a co-worker, Tamai, who seems jealous of Yumiko right now. But I'm hopeful that that's going to resolve itself in episode 2 and she's actually going to be a friend. Less sure it's going to resolve quickly is the fact that it turns out it wasn't a suicide attempt. It seems like somebody tried to murder Yumiko. And
dun dun dun.
And certainly, the reviews that I read seem to think it was pretty clearly the murder was attempted by her boss Miyazono. I didn't catch that, but I'm also not great at catching this kind of stuff. He certainly seems fairly shady.
But is he the real Slim Shady?
No. I mean, he's voiced by Tomokazu Sugida, so...
To be fair, that's not the most suspicious voice actor they could give him.
No, it could have been Suda.
Or Koyasu, for that matter.
Or Koyasu, yeah. I mean, the other thing is, and this is just kind of sad, in a recent interview, the mangaka said that the animators struggled with Yumiko's expressions. Presumably because they weren't used to animating somebody her size.
Yeah, I would assume that is the case, yes.
And yeah,
That's a safe assumption.
It's just, yeah, wow. Like I said, I quite enjoyed this premiere. I just don't know what the show wants me to think sometimes. I am hopeful that this will be a, you know, body positive show. But yeah, we'll see. I'm definitely going to continue watching it, but I'm not sure how much I can recommend it at this point. But let's move on to our next premiere, which is Ranma 1/2 Season 2.
This premiere was very fun.
On the bright side, not much Ryoga.
Ryoga hasn't popped up at all this season, really. I think he's popped up like twice.
I mean, the only time I remember seeing him in the premiere was him in pig form while Genma and Son were playing chess.
Yeah, I think it was something like that.
I hope that Genma would fall backwards and squash him.
Yeah, it's very fun seeing Ranma on the back foot like he is here.
Yeah, even if it's as a result of Genma's objectively shitty parenting.
Oh yeah, no, that is like the shittiest parenting thing he's done so far.
I mean, yeah, they
Which is saying something.
After a season where I think at the end of it we were like, oh, I'm not, or certainly, me having not read the source material, I think you haven't either, Jack, or watched the past
Correct.
anime. We were
Correct.
like, I don't know why people are saying we haven't seen why people are saying Genma's a shitty dad yet. They really turned that dial up to 11 in the premiere.
Yep. Yeah, no, he is not a good father.
No.
It turns out.
To be fair, like this is just this was him being a bad father accidentally. This is just one instance.
Oh, are there more examples of him being deliberately bad father?
Yeah, I'm curious to see if they'll actually adapt those, since they, again, have seemed to be steering away from that side of Genma until this moment, so
yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The other good thing about this premiere, it focused on Kuno, who is my favorite of these, basically love rival characters, because he's too dumb to be malicious and taken seriously.
Yeah.
It is so fucking funny, just him just stumbling ass backwards into Ranma's weakness.
That man caught a terrified tiger and told it he was already taken.
Yeah, no, the whole... Also, Ranma returning to Cat was also very funny.
That was very funny.
Become his cat.
Yeah.
Return to Gato.
And then cuddling up with Akane, giving her a cat kiss? Is it a real kiss? Who knows? Akane certainly wasn't happy with it.
Yeah. No. No one was happy with it.
I mean, Akane was at least somewhat happy with it. A part of her was.
I mean, yeah, I'm fairly sure Akane was so mad because she wanted it to be a kiss Ranma was, actually aware of and not done by his subconscious, I guess.
His cat form, yeah.
Yeah.
His cat form, yeah.
Also, Ghost and Kugi, why did you dress in drag?
Why not?
She just didn't need to.
So?
I mean, fair, but it's just like, why did he dress in drag for that?
For the bit, obviously.
Okay, fine. I'm not gonna argue against him because again, he is definitely on the upper end of these fucking love rivals.
Yeah.
I say rivals. He's got exactly 0% chance of ever making it with Akane, but
His chance is less than a stone's throw in hell.
Certainly significantly less than even, the worst, the ones with the worst chances from last season. But, he still falls into that category.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the premiere is just a load of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder what you'll think of the next couple episodes, Mil. There's nothing super objectionable in them, but they are very silly.
Okay. Silly I'm fine with. It's just, outright bad that or outright criminal that I'm objecting to.
I mean, there is some criminal shit, but it's the usual dumb bullshit shenanigans. Like, violence.
Oh, violence is fine. It's the groping that I have an issue with.
Fair. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Is there anything number that would really be objectionable in that case? I don't think so.
Not really.
Yeah, I don't recall any of that in episode 2 or 3.
Well, then, hopefully I will enjoy episodes 2 and 3.
Yep.
But we should move on to our next premiere, which is Sander.
This is so fucking wild.
Yeah. I'm glad they gave a reason for why Sander thought that Fuyamura was trying to confess to him when she came at him with a knife.
Mm-hmm.
Because otherwise I'd have real concerns about his intelligence.
To be fair, he is a bit of a goober.
He is a bit of a goober, but even then, like, I don't know how you can translate coming at you with a knife into she wants me romantically, other than she wants to peg you. But I still leant towards murder. I also thought it was interesting because it hadn't really been made clear in the summary of the PVs that the buff Santa is still Sanda. It's not like some other...
It's not a different personality or anything, yeah.
Which, again, makes things fun. So, yeah. Sorry. I mean, they brought up what would the real Santa Claus do when confronted with Fuyamura threatening to bomb the classroom, and I couldn't help but thinking, ho ho ho, Mary, you did what? You want me to defuse a bomb? You're definitely getting caught, explodes.
Also, I do gotta say, the Santa's VA doing the Santa laugh was very fun.
I mean, again, this is a show where I'm choosing not to watch the dub. I need my Murase.
What? No, I never would have guessed.
I don't get that. Unfortunately, Murase is not as ever-present as Suda, so I don't get the chance to enjoy him quite as much. And I especially don't get the chance to enjoy him in actually good shows.
Yeah, he sure knows how to pick them, right?
Yeah, I mean, this was fun, but it was also really interesting because there's obviously been some major climate fuckery if, you know, it's meant to be cold in August and warmer in December.
Yeah, that's like a weird-ass shifting of the seasons, not gonna lie.
So, you know, there's something really interesting going on there. There's obviously the mystery with Shiori, I think was her name.
Oh no, yeah.
Oh no, yeah. Oh no. Yeah. I don't know where I got Shiori from. It's Fuyamura's first name, that's where I got it from.
Okay.
Yeah, so Ono going missing. I mean, obviously, it'll be very interesting to see whether there's an actual conspiracy related to that, or if she just legitimately went missing. You know, yeah, just seeing what happens. Obviously, something happened with Christmas as well, so it's going to be interesting there. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just really, really interested in seeing more of this. Also, they fucking, like, trashed 2 different classrooms.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And Santa Sanda tanked a bomb. Because apparently he's immune to fire because of fireplaces.
Yeah, no, I love that lore. Give me that lore.
I don't think that bomb was much like a fireplace, but go for it.
Yes.
I also imagine, like, Santa would have more overt powers, I guess, and maybe he does, and we haven't seen them yet. But for now, it just seems like he turns into buff underwear Santa, which is great.
I was gonna say, why are you complaining?
I'm not complaining, and I don't think Sander should be complaining if he did fully transform, like permanently transform into buff naked Santa. There'd be plenty of people who'd want to climb that Christmas tree.
Oh yeah, a lot of people.
But yeah, I would say this is the third in my top 3 of premieres this season.
Yeah, this is a top fiver for me for sure as well.
Because yeah, this was very enjoyable. I'm really looking forward to seeing where it goes. But we should probably move on to our next premiere, which is Shabake. Also fairly interesting. Was I the only one who watched this?
I didn't watch it, no.
Then apparently so. Yeah, I mean, the main character, Ichitaro, was apparently born because his parents prayed to the fox god Inari. Not sure why he's the go-to for kids, but hey. But as it turns out, his health was very frail. And so his granddad basically went back to Inari and said, "Hey, you know that kid you helped make? Can you give him some protectors, because he's quite frail health-wise?" And he got Sasuke the Inugami and Nikichi the Hakutaku. They are, even when he grows up, his health is still quite frail, and as a result, they are very protective of him. But Ichitaro decides he wants some freedom, sneaks out to go get some dango, comes back after nightfall, and is confronted by seemingly a robber covered in blood with a knife. Ichitaro manages to get away from him, but following, back where the robber came from, there is a murdered body. Presumably there's going to be more than that, but that's all I've got for now. It was interesting. I liked it. I always like getting to, look up yokai, so, always positive when I get that kind of show. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if the vibe of the show in the premiere is going to continue past that, given that the story is meant to be about the murders. Because the vibe was very, comfy. But I guess we shall have to see. But we should probably move on to our next premiere, which is SI-VIS, The Sound of Heroes.
This is just like Symphogear without any of the things that made Symphogear good. So God, where do I even start? Okay, so there's young aspiring performer, dancer guy. He wants to join the biggest group. I don't even know what exactly what the term for them is. They're performers, I guess.
Yeah.
They do music and dancing and stuff. I don't know. He wants to join the biggest one of those, and he has a relative who's in there. So he moves to I think Tokyo, and for an audition, even though he was explicitly told not to do that. He does that. He stumbles upon this mysterious girl who apparently cannot speak. They get attacked by monsters. It turns out the performing group also fights monsters while performing, I guess.
Oh, K-pop Demon Hunters. I didn't realize you'd gotten a sequel.
I'm gonna comment on that in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah. So Yeah, so the group fights off monsters. The guy's relative sacrifices himself so that they can live. And that's the premiere. It's not very good, to be honest. Characters are kind of not very interesting. There was like one song in the episode, and it was a good song, to be fair. But yeah, it kind of seems a little all over the place and not all that interesting. And regarding the K-pop Demon Hunters comment, going back to Jeff Thu, he tweeted a while ago that when people look at shows like SI-VIS, they will call it K-pop Demon Hunter likes instead of Symphogear likes.
Fair.
And that is unfortunate.
Well, if it helps, I haven't watched Symphogear or K-pop Demon Hunters, so you know.
I know, it's just
fixing that, Mill.
Yeah.
You think I have the time?
Does anybody have time?
Just add a few dozen more shows to the watch list. It'll be fine. But yeah, it's just not very good. It wasn't like awful, but it was pretty uninteresting. And again, this is another case where it's like, hey, I've seen kind of this concept done before, but way better.
I mean, it sounds like your typical sort of idol anime that isn't just cute girls doing cute things. That feels it has to have some kind of different hook to get people interested. And
exactly,
so
and it doesn't have that.
Yeah, and so it just does something insane, but it doesn't. More often than not, they don't actually execute it very well.
Exactly, and then you have something like Symphogear, which starts off like at the bottom and then progressively just gets more insane as it goes on, and yeah, so like that's my direct point of comparison here, and Symphogear is a lot better. What I'm saying is, don't watch this. Watch Symphogear.
Okay.
Hell yeah! Completed series, gay as hell, awesome music, kick-ass fight scenes. What could possibly be? What could you possibly miss?
I'll see what I can do.
That wasn't necessarily towards you. I mean, it was, but it's towards everyone. Everyone should watch Symphogear. Yeah. Everyone.
100% agree.
I'll shout it from rooftops. But in any case, don't watch this.
Yeah.
Alright, let's move on to our next premiere, which is So You're Raising a Warrior, which has not aired.
Oh no.
It doesn't come out until Halloween.
This is Halloween. This is Halloween.
And
Halloween.
Mal doesn't have any characters, voice actors, or staff listed, so
That's always a good sign.
I have absolutely no idea what else to say. It's a manhwa adaptation. It's got the theme childcare. It's by Studio PB Animation that apparently did work on To Be Hero X.
Huh? Okay.
This one doesn't really seem to be interesting to me, though.
No, it's probably not. But hey, you have to watch the premiere anyway.
Yep. Thank you, list.
You chose. That was the one that you chose not to get rid of, or couldn't get rid of, as the case may be.
I couldn't get rid of it. I don't think.
There were other stuff you prioritized getting rid of first, I think, if I remember
wisely,
correctly.
I think.
Probably wisely, yeah. I wish I hadn't have accepted Banished Court Magician just because it had a dub.
Oh well.
Too late now. I mean, put it just to focus back on Banished Court Magician for a second. In the Anifem review, the reviewer actually wished there was at least a little bit of fan service they could talk about. Instead, they just got nothing.
Oh my god, amazing.
That's how bad it was. Anifem was hoping for fucking fan service.
That tells you a lot.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on to our next premiere, which is Spy Family Season 3.
Season's off to a good start.
I mean, yes.
Oh god, war is hell.
We're not gonna get too into the Lloyd Pass stuff today.
No,
But
that's
no,
for the 3-episode check-in.
know that if you haven't reached that point, that's coming, and it's traumatizing.
Yeah, it's one of the best arcs in the series so far. It's pretty short, but it is very impactful. But we're talking about the premiere.
Yeah,
and,
instead we've got a premiere that unfortunately half focused on Nightfall.
To be fair, her dynamic with Frankie was actually pretty fun.
It was okay. I still don't like her. I don't think she's actually even that good of a spy.
No, she's not a good spy, which is kind of the point.
She's a better spy than you. Just
I
saying.
mean, probably fair. That doesn't mean I can't criticize her.
Also, Mill, to be fair, at least it wasn't a Yuri-focused segment.
I honestly kind of prefer Yuri to Nightfall. I feel like Yuri at least
Really?
has a little bit more to him.
I can't agree with that, honestly.
You can or you can't?
I can't.
Yeah, no. I also dislike Yuri a lot more than I dislike Nightfall.
That's fair.
But yeah, the first half of the premiere was still pretty fun.
First half was very fun, yeah. Was that in the manga? I can't remember.
I think it's anime original.
Yeah, it's anime
yeah.
original.
That
I
makes
can
sense.
see why they did it, because
Yeah.
they wanted the second episode to end at a specific point. Which,
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah. And honestly, I kind of can't blame the dude for having a breakdown. Everything went
No.
wrong for him. A bird
He was
shat
having
in
a
his...
bad
A
time.
bird shat on his face.
Yeah, no, that fucking sucks.
Literally everything that could go wrong for him went wrong.
Honestly, I would probably snap too. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. I might not have done the same actions, but I certainly would have, probably thrown a tantrum.
At
Yeah.
the same time, that doesn't justify him going completely apeshit.
No.
They just wreck some property.
I mean, here's the thing. Obviously, the future didn't come to pass, so we don't know for sure. Did he intentionally throw the trees onto people, or was he just throwing a tantrum and throwing trees anywhere?
I'm not sure, actually.
That's the thing. If he was just throwing trees anywhere and they happened to land on people, then I'm willing to cut him a little bit more slack than he actively went, I'm going to murder people with these trees.
Yeah.
And again, we obviously don't know. We won't get to know because it's anime original and the future didn't come to pass. But, I empathize with him a bit, at least.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of fun stuff in the manga, but I understand why they went with the more anime original route for this. Just because, they wanted to, with the way the manga is arced out here, I think it was probably the best place to put some anime original content to pad things out.
For sure.
And honestly, it was still pretty entertaining, so...
No, I mean, it was good. Spy Family's anime original stuff tends to be pretty good. Because it understands the idea of the show.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, premiere was good, even if I, on Nightfall. But Frankie is still a lot of fun.
Yeah, Frankie's great. I do like him bouncing off of Nightfall. It gives us a different dynamic for him than what we usually get.
Yeah, fair. But
So, yeah.
yes, let's move on to the next show we're going to talk about. It doesn't have a premiere yet because it is Star Wars Visions Volume 3.
I'm excited for this, honestly. I liked a lot of the stuff in the first volume, and I think most of what I liked is getting follow-ups here.
So,
Yep.
the studios that we know are working on Volume 3 are Production IG, David Production, Kinema Citrus, Anima, Kamikaze Doga, Trigger, Studio Wit, Polygon Pictures, and Project Studio Q.
All good studios. Like, what else is there to say? I need to look to see who's doing what. Because, I don't know where to find an episode listing.
It's wild that George Lucas has a page on Mal.
It's wild, but not unsurprising, honestly. Honestly, I'm more surprised that it didn't happen sooner.
I mean, by the looks of things, he's had one for a while. He's listed as story contributor on fucking manga from, like, the 90s.
Oh, jeez. That is pretty wild.
But in terms of directors, we've got Hitoshi Haga, Hiroyasu Kobayashi, Takanobu Mizuno, Shinya Ohira, Masahiko Otsuka, Naoyoshi Shiotani, Masuki Tachibana, Junichi Yamamoto, and Tadahiro Yoshihira.
Interesting. Also, apparently the Ninth Jedi from the first volume is going to be getting a full-ass spin-off. It's unclear if it's going to be like a movie or a series or something like that, but that's pretty neat.
It's a full-length series.
That is awesome.
And it's not the only one that's apparently getting one, so...
No, it's the only one that's been announced so far that I can recall, though.
It's been announced that we're getting more than just the Ninth Jedi, but they're just starting with the Ninth Jedi.
I mean, that's a good one to start with, to be fair.
I mean, it was the best one in Season 1 for my money.
I am inclined to agree. Trying to think which ones in Season 1 I thought... Like, Ninth Jedi was really good, Village Bride was good, The Elder was really good.
A lot of people don't like The Elder. I like it. I like The Elder personally.
I think it was either the Ninth Jedi or Lop and Ocho that was my favorite.
Mm-hmm. Both of those are good.
Yeah. The Twins was also pretty fun. That was classic Trigger nonsense.
Yeah.
I think the only ones I was like meh or didn't like were Tatooine Rhapsody and Akakiri.
Yeah.
But yeah, also, so I need to look up which ones are getting, which episodes are getting sequels. I think it's like 3 or 4 are getting sequels. But I could be wrong.
The Duel's getting a sequel, Ninth Jedi's getting a sequel, and The Village Bride's getting a sequel.
Okay, I'm not going to complain about any of those. Those are all good ones.
They were among the best in Season 1, so yeah.
Yeah, no, still excited to see more of Star Wars.
Alright, let's move on to our next premiere, which is Tales of Wedding Rings Season 2. Fuck you, Tales of Wedding Rings, for having a landscape key visual.
I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry because this isn't my fault.
Messing up my whole thing here.
But yeah, more or less picking up where they left off with them starting to do training to get stronger, and also getting a detailed backstory on the previous Ring King, which is interesting. So it turns out previous Ring King was a regular old farm dude who found a magic ring and took it up and took up arms to fight the King of the Abyss. And as he grew stronger and as he made wedding pacts with the previous generation of Ring Maidens, he also grew increasingly more agitated, stressed out, and cruel, both in his general demeanor and in his treatment of his wives. And eventually, shortly after he defeated the Abyss King, they cut off his hand and killed him because he was growing abusive. Fun! I do like getting lore drops like that.
Took him down like Sauron.
Yep. They made sure to cut off the hand with the ring first, which is actually really smart.
Yeah.
But now they're focusing on deepening his bonds with his Sato's bonds with his wives, and trying to avoid the mistakes of the past. No pressure. A little bit more of the same, just continuing on from where they left off.
All right.
Not much else to say there.
Let's move on then to our next premiere, which is This Monster Wants to Eat Me.
Toxic Yuri, in my anime season, it's more likely than you think.
We'll see how toxic it ends up being. I mean,
I liked it so far.
I mean, yeah, I enjoyed it. As much as Shiori stated that she was gonna eat Hinako, afterwards, like, in the little bit of conversation they had afterwards, she didn't seem fully on board with the eating thing, so we'll see about that. Conversely, Hinako is fully on board because she wants to die.
Yeah, no, she has a very, she has a bit of a tragic past, as it turns out, and she has been left with crippling depression ever since. Who'd have thought?
Yeah, I mean, look, far be it from me to judge, but I feel like there's better ways to go than being eaten by a supernatural girl.
There's better ways to go for sure, but, like, when you don't care about living anymore, who really cares about, how you die?
Well, look, they're helping each other out, right?
Yeah, no, she gets to die, and her, definitely not girlfriend gets a nice, tasty morsel.
Exactly. And until Hinako is at peak deliciousness, Shiori gets to, protect her.
I do wonder, what exactly makes, well, actually, I already kind of know, based off of episode 3, but it is definitely curious as to why, what and why Shiori defines a specific point as peak deliciousness. Also, I gotta say, I like that Hinako is not just, like, completely friendless before Shiori comes into the picture.
Yeah. Miko seems very protective of Hinako. Maybe
Can't blame her.
not necessarily healthily. But I'm sure
I don't think there are healthy relationships in the show yet.
That's fair. I'm sure we will, go into more detail about that.
There's something up with her. I don't know what it is, but there's something up with her.
I mean...
Oh yeah, no, I'm definitely sussing her.
It's either gonna be some supernatural reason or homosexual reason. Or both.
Well, let's do this.
Yeah.
Supernatural homosexuals. Let's go.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, this was definitely a really interesting premiere. I can't say it was fun because that's definitely not the vibe of the show, especially right now.
What? What do you mean?
No. No, it's a blast, Mill. What are you talking about? Especially with the scene straight out of hell. Remember that? Also, I'm willing to wager that she wears long sleeve turtlenecks because of reasons.
That was a question I had. Why she wears the undershirt. I did think...
I would not be...
Well, I did think it might be self-harm reasons, but we did do...
I think it's possible, but also I think it's just because of the scars she got from the accident that killed her family.
That's also possible. I mean, look, I did look for that in that opening scene when her arms were bare and I didn't see anything. That doesn't mean that they aren't there. It just means they didn't choose to, actually show them in that scene. But if nothing else, I like when somebody wears an undershirt under a short sleeve shirt. I think it's a really good look. I say as I'm doing it right now.
Wow, you're completely unbiased in this, huh?
In my defense, it's a method of keeping myself warm.
Yeah, you live in a colder climate than I do. I have the AC cranking.
It's an easy way of keeping myself warm without having to turn the heating on, which is expensive.
What? Heating? Expensive? No.
But yeah. Look, there's only so much we can say about the first episode because obviously it's a lot of setting the premise and almost window dressing, setting the vibe. So I'm just gonna have to see what happens in the next episode. Jack, you already know because you actually keep up with stuff.
Yep.
It's okay, I don't know, so...
Yay!
We're there together. Yeah.
We're all in this together.
I will say, I'm gonna yet again make a declaration of I'm going to try and actually keep up this season. But again,
that's a bold move, Con. Let's see how it works out for him.
It's a declaration I've made, I think, every season for like the last 2.5 years.
How's that gone for you so far?
Not well. But I'm gonna make an actual attempt this season. Hopefully.
I mean, this is going to be a bit of a lighter season, so you will have a better chance of doing so.
So far, it's turning out to be around the same amount of shows I'm watching anyway. Anyway, we should probably move on to our next premiere, which is To Your Eternity Season 3.
Well, the shift in setting has been interesting, for sure.
Yeah, we're in the present now, and of course the first thing Fushi does is get hit by a truck.
That was so fucking funny.
Fushi gets truck-cooned?
Yeah.
It's an attempted truck-cooning. The truck does not succeed in its endeavor.
An attempt was made.
I'd honestly laugh if a running gag throughout the season was truck-coon just continuing to try over and over again.
As funny as that would be, I don't think that's going to happen.
I know, but it'd just be very funny to me.
But yeah, one of the other things that Fushi does right off the bat is get boba tea.
Yeah.
Which, very silly.
He has his Captain America moment where, Steve Rogers is running around in modern New York and he's looking around. You've seen the GIF.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. He has that and he gets hit by a truck and then he drinks boba tea.
Right.
Normal things.
And then he brings back his friends, most of them in their homelands, which are very different several hundred years later.
Yeah. Bon ended up in a fucking sarcophagus.
That was very funny. What were so? Oh yeah, I think was it Messar who wound up flailing a sword around all over the place because he had no idea where the fuck he was. Or was that one of the other in that group?
No, not Messar. It was the other guy. I forget his name. Messar just ended up in a future version of his home village and then proceeded to rob it.
Of course, as one does.
Yeah.
I do like that March wound up coming back to join Fushi even after she found a nice place.
Yeah.
That was really sweet.
I like Fushi's reaction when he sees her, living happily. He's like, oh no, I can't interfere with that. Oh no, what am I gonna do? Oh no, but it works out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the present day cast is also interesting so far.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like we're getting a lot of focus on Mizuha in particular.
Yeah.
I wonder why she's
descendant.
important. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Who doesn't
Yeah,
have the weird shit that allowed her to, inherit the whatever it was. I forget what that MacGuffin was.
The knocker thing.
Yeah, the knocker. That's right. That's what that was.
Yeah. But yeah, it seems like her mom doesn't want her anywhere near that kind of thing. I wonder why.
Her mom in general seems to have certain methods of parenting.
Yeah. Did you watch today's episode?
No.
Okay.
I've only seen the wait. How many episodes are out?
3.
Okay, I think I've only seen the first 2.
Okay, yeah. You would know if you'd seen today's episode. I won't say any more. But yeah,
Well, I've read the manga, but it's also been a while, so.
Yeah. Yeah, today's episode ended on a strong note. Let's say. But yeah, no, the modern day stuff has been interesting so far. I wonder how deep they're going to go into the interactions between the modern day and the wacky immortal main cast.
Yeah. Oh my god, the scene at the airport.
Oh my god, yeah.
Fire.
Oh, Gugu. I fucking love Gugu. He's so fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's interesting. Very promising start so far. Also, don't think I missed that bit with Mizuha kind of low-key seducing her female friend, almost.
Yeah. Yeah, that I don't know how you could look at that and think it was straight.
I don't know either. Like, that is a very homoerotic scene.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't think Fushi's new regular dude friend is going to have any luck with that tree.
Nope.
Sucks for him, but he's still a fun dude, so
Yeah.
Good show still.
Alright, let's move on to our next premiere then, which is Tojima wants to be a Kamen Rider.
This was pretty fun.
It was pretty fun. I mean, the flashback bit was sad, but
Yeah, it was sad. Yeah, the opposite of fun. But
and the fact that Tojima decided to sell his Kamen Rider stuff because he worried about dying alone and it just getting thrown out when after he died.
yeah.
Which I feel like he could have, put it in his will that it would go to the shop, but hey, who am I to tell him what to do?
Yeah.
And then, I mean, we got the moment where he fought the bear. Holy fuck.
Because he could just do that.
I mean, look, thank God it was just a bear in the woods and not a man. And then, the run of fucking Shakamook robberies Started apparently by just some fucking Yakuza who's a fan of Kamen Rider, but happens to be a fan of the villain group instead.
Yeah, he prefers Shocker to Kamen Rider.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious.
And so it's just like, okay, my goons, you're gonna be Shocker goons for this particular crime. But why? Because I said so. And then they shut down a takoyaki stand in a festival. Like, I feel like there are better times to do that.
What do you mean?
But hey, Tojima knocked the buck teeth of one of those guys out.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, he can run a bear. So.
Yeah, no, he's definitely strong. It was also very funny that the post-credit showed there was somebody else planning to do the whole dress up as Kamen Rider to put a stop to the robbers thing, but missed her chance.
Which is hilarious. I was gonna do that. What the hell?
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not a Kamen Rider fan. I have very little knowledge of the series in general, but I definitely found this premiere fun.
If it makes you feel any better, the vast majority of people watching this are not very familiar with Kamen Rider, or at least the original.
Yeah.
Because like I'm a casual Kamen Rider fan. But I've only seen mostly more recent series. The most exposure I've had to the original is Anno's remake of Shin Kamen Rider, which is based on it, but is very, very different. How
long ago did the original come out?
It's 70s.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's old, but if you do want to watch it, it's all on Tubi. So if you want some retro toku.
God bless Tubi.
Yeah, God bless Tubi. No, fuck Tubi. They just got rid of Ghost in the Shell SAC, so I'm pretty mad at them right now. But because I was in the middle of watching that.
Oh no!
It's fine. My partner has Blu-rays, so it's not a big deal. But it's just annoying.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. So I'm not particularly acquainted with the original Kamen Rider specifically. I just know some basic stuff. But I still found a lot of enjoyment in this.
Yeah.
And they played during the big fight scene, they played a remix of the original Kamen Rider theme, but much more modernized, and it's a banger. So, lots and lots of fun.
I mean, what I will say is, I am intending to watch this, but I'm intending to watch it dubbed, because the cast has come out, and Patrick Seitz is voicing Tojima.
Oh damn! That is a really good casting.
Yeah, and Nakao, the Yakuza, is voiced by Jason Douglas, aka Beerus.
You showed it to Kenjiro Tsuda.
I mean, yes, it's a positive that I then won't have to put up with Kenjiro Tsuda, but like I at the very least want to see what it's like with Patrick Seitz voicing Tojima, because I think it could be really, really good. Not to say that Katsuyuki Konishi isn't doing a fucking bang-up job.
Yeah, he killed it.
It's just also unfortunate that again, it comes out on Saturdays, and Saturdays I have Gnosia, Sanda, Ranma, Spy Family, and Tojima all on the same day, and it's like, unfortunately, out of those 5, there's one I'm more likely to drop than the others.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
But as I said, I definitely want to try and keep watching it, because I definitely enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not hardcore enough of a Kamen Rider. I'm not really a Kamen Rider fan, so I'm not sure if I'd really vibe with this one necessarily. Unlike Tojima, I do not want to necessarily be a Kamen Rider.
Everyone
said-
wants to be Kamen Rider, they just don't know it yet.
I mean, that said, like, I'm glad everyone who is a Kamen Rider fan has a show that they can enjoy. 2 shows, actually, because there's also a live-action Kamen Rider right now, if I remember right.
There's always one.
Yeah.
I will say there's a bit of intrigue. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm just reading too much into this. Whether the mask, like, actually had an effect on Tojima, or if it was just all psychological.
It's certainly presented in the way that it seemed like it did, but
Yeah.
that might just be him hyping himself up. So,
Yeah, again, it probably is just psychological. I would find it quite cool if there was a, little bit of a supernatural element of, when somebody puts on the Kamen Rider mask, even if it is just, some plastic mask from a festival, for the right reason, they'll get the power of Kamen Rider sort of thing.
there may or may not be a bit of supernatural bullshit in episode 2. I will tell you that right
cool.
now.
Then I will look forward to that next week at this point, because I think episode 1 only came out dubbed today. So
Yeah.
but
Yeah, in general, I'm pretty sure this is going to steer towards a bit of supernatural, but we'll see.
yeah.
Also, the ED is fantastic.
No, I really like the DD. Even if I don't continue watching this past like episode 3, I'm gonna keep that ED in my mind when we get to the end of the season, because it was really good.
That takoyaki just
Yeah.
amazing.
No, as I said, I think a really interesting premiere. I'm looking forward to where it goes from here, especially dubbed. But we should move on to our next premiere, which is Touring After the Apocalypse.
I am liking the vibe of this one so far. It is interesting.
This is the only premiere that I wanted to watch but didn't get to.
Yeah, no, this one... So this one is kind of like Girls' Last Tour, except basically environmentally the opposite of that.
Is it slightly more cheerful?
Yes, it's a lot more cheerful, but I will say episode 2 does have some pretty sad stuff in it. I won't say what, but it does handle it pretty well. It is overall a really interesting series. I want to see where it goes before making any firm judgment calls on it, because it is neat. I do think its pacing is a bit slow. On the other hand, it's gorgeous. And you do kind of want a lingering... this kind of show does kind of lend itself to a lingering look at the environment and what's going on. Plus, there have been some pretty funny jokes in the show so far, so I'm not going to complain too much on that front.
Yeah, this was definitely a show. I had this and Banished Court Magician to watch. I was like, I have to watch Banished Court Magician first, because that's the show that I've got to watch for my list. And after I watched that, I was like, I kind of don't feel like watching anything else. Unfortunately, that show kind of killed my vibe. So I will try and watch it at some point for sure.
I definitely recommend it. It's a fun one.
Why doesn't my brain work this way? So, on my personal list, I wrote down the day that everything aired next to it in brackets. You want to know what I wrote after Touring After the Apocalypse?
Thursday?
No, in brackets, Touring After. Why did I do that?
I don't know.
I'm seriously concerned about my brain. Anyway, yeah, this definitely seemed like a really interesting show, so I do at least want to give it a shot, if nothing else.
Oh, it's worth giving at least a few episodes, I'd say.
Yeah. Again, its issue is going to be that it's on Saturdays, unfortunately.
Saturdays are fucking busy. They're
Yeah.
always busy.
So
I lament this every season, but
yeah, we'll see. We'll just have to see.
Mhm.
But unless there's anything else,
Not that I can think of.
let's move on then to Uma Musume Cinderella Grey Season 2.
Hey,
Hell
we'll
yeah.
get more March.
Yeah, we got some
Yeah,
more
no,
marks.
that was nice.
That was really nice. I did forget about the stupid phones they have to use.
Hey, they're not stupid.
Also, just before we get into the meat of the premiere, I have to say this. I noticed there's a character called Michelle My Baby in the cast list, and I did the
Yes.
I did the Hello My Baby thing, but with her name, and then had a laughing fit. Michelle My Baby, Michelle My Honey, Michelle My Ragtime Gal. I couldn't help it.
Anyways,
Understandable.
the March side of the episode is actually a side guide-in thing that was adapted just for this. So that's pretty cool.
Considering the seeming timeline, that definitely makes sense.
Hmm.
Also, this season's only 10 episodes.
That's a shame.
Unfortunately, but I think they just wanted to end at a specific point.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, so we got I know Ogre mentioned 2 races she wants to be in.
Japan Cup and
Japan Cup and the Arima Kinan, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I'm willing to bet that one of those is going to be the season ender.
perhaps.
I mean, I was sort of shocked by the fact that the show seemed to be setting up that the Japan Cup was the next race, when I'm pretty sure that's not Musaka's plan. But hey, I did still love Dick to Striker throwing down the gauntlet, and Ogre's just like, "Oh, I'm not running in that race." Then why'd you let me talk about it? You seemed really into it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We also had a little bit of focus on Yaino Muteki, who's back in training, and was watched by one of them regular girls.
Yeah.
We can tell because we actually see the ears on the side of her head.
Yep.
Okay, here's a bit of a question. So obviously the show called March's rival in the race, Yamano 1000.
Hmm.
On Mal, she's called Yamano Southern.
Might be a weird translation
Is
thing?
that just Mal
think it's
being
translation.
stupid? Because they do that.
don't-
They absolutely do that.
I'm
The
not
thing
sure
is, you
if
can
they...
probably check the anglicization on it.
I mean, technically, I could look up the horse. I doubt she's going to be that important that I would, you know...
Well, the thing is, the horse would have a different name because I don't think they had the rights to that horse specifically. Any of the Kasamatsu crew has different names.
Fair enough.
So even then, like, you wouldn't be able to tell for sure.
I mean, the Uma Musume wiki says Yamano 1000, so... I think
Okay,
it's...
so
That's more reliable than Mal.
yeah.
But it also says the Romaji is Yamano 1000, so it's very possible somebody read that and went, "Oh, they're saying Yamano Southern," because people are dumb like that.
Very possible that it is, in fact, a mistranslation based off of pronunciation. We all are also meeting some of the other horse girls who are likely going to be involved in some of these races, including, I believe, Super Creek is introduced at the somewhere in the premiere.
Yeah, at the very end.
Yeah.
Also, so just a quick side note. So on AniList, it does list her as Yamano 1000, so that's another point for AniList.
Mm-hmm.
Very fair, very fair. Look, I have no excuse for not switching over to AniList. I'm just very bad at change.
I know it's an adjustment. I'm still getting used to AniList, but yeah.
I'm sorry. It's time to face the strange changes, Mel.
I should. I really, really should.
So, from what I've heard, the Uma Musume manga is in its final arc, or the Cinderella Girl manga, rather.
Yeah.
So, it is possible that they will be aiming for a full adaptation.
We would need multiple more seasons after this.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But depending on how much much is covered, yeah.
I would hope they would do more, considering that this franchise is, mildly successful, I would say.
I mean, look, they got that gacha money now. Surely they're gonna do more.
Yeah. Plus, the studio doing this is, Cygames' own studio.
Yeah.
So.
So the first core covered 43 chapters, and the manga is past chapter 200.
Yeah.
In its final arc, so they could honestly do it in like five cores or so. So yeah, no, but yeah, the premiere is fun. I just fucking love Ogre. Ogre's great.
Yeah.
No, she's
especially when she's gaslighting Dick Destructor.
Yeah, she's very fun. She's very, very fun. But yeah, I think we can probably move on to our next premiere, which is a very interesting one because it is One Dance.
2 dance, 3 dance, 4.
I would say this is probably 4th on my list of premieres. It was really good.
Okay.
So, I have to address this. It is fucking wild that they just played the fucking Scatman by Scatman John music video. For a good minute, they just played it.
Interesting.
Which is in the manga.
Wait, really? Okay.
Like, they show Kabaku, the protagonist, watching the fucking music video. And actually, the manga fucking links to it. Like in a translator's note. Which is just very cool. So yeah, fucking wild that they did that. The other thing is, so basically, Kabaku is very tall, and is quite a nervous person and has a stutter. And as a result, he's quite a passive person. He's planning on joining the basketball club because that's what is expected of him as somebody who is tall, and that's what's expected of him by his friends in inverted commas from middle school. The friends, or at least one of the friends, is an asshole, and these friends are. I say assholes, they're very, very, very typical teenagers. They talk a lot about girls. Kabaku also has a particular complex about dancing, because when he was in, I think, either middle school or late elementary school, they had to learn a dance in gym class. It got recorded, and watch back in the class. Obviously, because he is so tall, he is very obvious, and he was very obviously messing up, and everyone started laughing. That said, his heart goes doki doki when he sees Wanda, the female main character, dancing out in the open, not being bothered by anybody who may be watching her. And the two happen to sit next to each other in class. They start talking. getting to know each other, and then Kaboku finds out that one of his friends has taken a video of Wanda dancing that includes an upskirt shot, which the friend then proceeds to post to their group chat. And it takes a little bit, but he finally snaps and stands up to these pricks, telling them that, you know, it's wrong to make fun of people for doing cringe things. He needs to delete the video right now, and he's gonna follow his freedom. To which he goes to find Wanda dancing again, starts doing the running man, which is so wonderfully endearing. He's not great at it, but he does his best, and says he wants to join the dance club. He's just really, really nice, sweet bean. I really like him. Wanda seems really interesting right now. I hope she gets to do more than just, you know, helping Kabuku's development. Fingers crossed about that. But, yeah. The other thing to note about this premiere is, obviously, there are 2 or 3 dance scenes, and they are done in 3D. They are done in very noticeable 3D animation. And a lot of people have been not very happy with that because, you know, very often they aren't.
I mean, to be fair, I have seen bits of the rotoscoping, and it has been a bit awkward at points.
Again, it sort of comes down to my standards for 3D animation are quite low.
Fair.
Because
To be fair, 3D animation has set a low bar.
It's a very up and down form of animation, yes. When it's good, it's really good. When it's bad, it is very bad. And look, I'm not, you know, just like, you know, comparing a show to, like, Mars of Destruction is not worthwhile because it doesn't tell you anything. Comparing this to the likes of X-Arm and Tesla doesn't mean anything because of how bad those 2 shows are. But, you know, I've seen a fair amount of 3D animation at this point, and I don't think it's that bad. It's awkward, and, you know, it's not rendered very well. I think that's the issue more than anything else. Like, the clothes and the hair are not rendered especially well, but overall, I'm absolutely fine with it, and I enjoy the show enough that even if I wasn't, I'd still enjoy it. I'd still enjoy it and watch it, because I genuinely think it was a really, really good premiere. But we should move on to our penultimate premiere, which is With You, Our Love Will Make It Through.
Ah, yes, the furry romance.
Yes, furry romance. It's very unapologetically a furry romance. If the author isn't a furry, I would be gobsmacked. But this show is doing some very interesting and very, very unsubtle things about racism.
Nice.
Like the parallels, the allegories, whatever you want to call them, between the beast folk and, you know, people of color, they are practically one-to-one at times.
Subtlety? What's that?
Yes, it's not subtle. It's not subtle. I mean, in the latter part of the episode, Tsunagu, the male MC, is playing basketball and is very good at basketball, and people are very racist about it. Meanwhile, Mari, the female MC, is too busy staring at his abs.
Can you blame her?
No. He's quite ripped. Yeah, I mean, this is... Yeah, this set me off. I've just seen one of my notes. So, the class is informed that they're gonna have a Beast Folk transfer student. And a student racistly claims that all Beast Folk are violent. And the teacher, instead of shutting it down, said, "Don't worry, we've only invited the nice ones to attend."
Ah, jeez.
Oh god, alright.
This is considering, the Beast Folk are literally segregated into their own town/city via a giant wall with security.
Oh my god. Jeez.
They don't have doctors there. They're only allowed out to, human hospitals in the most direst of situations. That's why Tsunagu wants to attend school, so he can learn to be a doctor. Tsunagu refuses to react to any of these, racist statements, provocations, whatever, because he doesn't want to confirm their racist assumptions that he's just a beast. Yeah, just... Oh, and Beast Folk aren't allowed to join sports clubs, because of course they're not. Again, it's not subtle. It's really not subtle. But overall, I liked this episode. The bit that lost me at the end was a group of racists decided to trap Tsunagu in the equipment cupboard, and Mari happens to get trapped in there with him. And they talk. Mari says that she wants to be his friend, and then Tsunagu starts to sniff Mari, which it's a little weird, but okay. And then he pins her down and starts licking her. And it ends on a cliffhanger of Mari wondering if he's about to bite her.
Yeah, bite.
Reminds me of Beastars.
Yeah.
It is very Beastars-esque, isn't it?
As I said, I was okay with the sniffing. The licking is going a bit far. I'm obviously going to keep watching this. It's just... okay, just a little weird. Admittedly, I'm fairly sure this has been called a smutty romance before. So... we'll see. I mean, look, the other thing that's not helping is the fact that Tsunagu is voiced by Taki Eguchi. So he's got that real deep voice.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Overall, as I said, it's an enjoyable premiere, and I think the chemistry between Mari and Tsunagu is very good. And it looks like there's going to be another human beast folk couple with the one other student who wasn't immediately racist.
To be fair, that helps the student's chances with a beast folk person.
Yeah. I mean, look. A dude literally came up to Tsunagu and asked if he could talk to dogs. And then this guy stepped in and fucking whacked him on the back of the head.
Nice.
It then created quite a nice scene when so Tsunagu was stopped in the street by a couple of racists. Mari started to walk forward to help. Unfortunately, Tsunagu had already decided to basically just jump on the railing. They were on a bridge over a river. He decided to jump on the railing next to him, get past them that way. And then he got surprised by Mari, who'd suddenly walked forward, and he fell in. So Mari took him back to her house to, get him a shower and get him to get his clothes dried. And while Mari was basically talking to her mum going, "Don't be racist," Tsunagu is there trying to talk to Mari's dog because he'd never met one before. It was a cute scene, and basically it was like, how can you look at that and think he's dangerous? But, yes. Enjoyable premiere, slightly concerning last moments, but hey, we'll see what happens. But moving on to our final premiere, it is Yano-kun's Ordinary Days.
This is actually pretty cute.
Welcome back, Shikimori.
Yeah, this is really cute. I really liked this.
Yeah. Poor Yano just seems to be fucking hexed or something, though. Like, the dude cannot go a single day without getting some kind of injury.
Yeah.
Which, hey, at least, good old class rep is, all too happy to, try to bandage up if, need be.
She caught those feelings real quick.
I mean, to be fair, Yano is pretty endearing as a person.
He is.
But yeah, no, she caught feelings real quick. But yeah, no, Kyoko is still a pretty endearing protagonist as well, so I don't mind it. But yeah, no, it's also the show looks really good.
Yeah.
Like, consistently really good. It's also really nice. This is just a really pleasant show all around.
Yeah. Is this among other compared to other rom-coms this season? Is this your favorite?
Let's see how I ranked them. Because it depends on how what you consider rom-coms. No, none of the other ones I have above it are rom-com. So yeah, this is my favorite.
It's probably mine as well, though I do want to see how Star Brighter Than the Sun shakes out.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
Though, I think Star Brighter Than the Sun is more... Is that more of like just a romantic drama like Fragrant Flower?
Kind of hard to say, just judging off episode 1.
Yeah. Yano-kun is definitely a rom-com, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Fragrant Flower is a romantic drama. And that's the only, like... that and This Monster Wants to Eat Me are the only romances I have above Yano-kun, which, yeah. None of those is a rom-com, unless you have very weird definitions of what makes a comedy.
I don't know. I think This Monster Wants to Eat Me is pretty funny.
Okay. But yeah, Yano-kun is really fun. Some of the jokes are pretty funny too, like him dodging Truck-kun only to ram face first into a wall.
Yeah, that's something I would do.
Lots of people are avoiding the fate of being Truck-kun this season, oddly enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is a nice one. This is really nice.
Yep. It's cute. It's fun. Might be the best rom-com this season. We'll see.
Yeah. It's the front runner for now.
Yeah.
Alright, well, if that is everything, then we can call an end to this premiere stream. Some definitely good shows, but also some real bad shows. Definitely going to be cutting down that list fairly significantly.
Hell yeah.
But otherwise, thank you for watching. Please do give us a follow here on Twitch and all that YouTube stuff.
Like and subscribe, leave a comment down below, and please press that bell icon, yo.
Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Tomorrow will be D&D. Darren is going through that trial. So look forward to that. And otherwise, hopefully we'll see you tomorrow for that. Good night.
Later.
Bye bye.